We're going I just now got here too, so like 5 seconds ago. So that was the first cast for today. Assuming we can catch or not catch this afternoon. See the grass and algae bloom and all that stuff actually happened. So I'm still fishing bottom with worm. I did bring a top water with me for this afternoon after I move over a little bit. So once I get to a different spot, I'll use a top water. I threw it here earlier, and it's just a lost cause to even try to throw it in the spot. But I wanted to start off here where I usually don't start off at and work my way around. I had to go and buy some new worms today too. So, cooled off. It's nice out today. Not humid. Not too windy. Let's see what happens. Still hitting a lot of grass mats though under the water. I can feel them as soon as that bait hits the water, I can feel them in some places. The bite has been slow in the afternoon here, and it's usually better in the mornings, but, and I do apologize if there's a wind. I didn't have a way to get out this morning. I could have went to another one, which I'm going to be going to another pond here before long. Not today, but I think Monday or Tuesday I'm going to fish a different pond and use a rattle trap and see if I can't do something with that. Thanks for the follow, appreciate it. But yep, I'm going to use a rattle trap I think Monday or Tuesday. Not at this pond, definitely not this pond, because this pond is just too grassy. The other pond I fish has a rock bottom. This one, as you can see, has a more of a grassy bottom to it. So I'm going to use a rattle trap and a crankbait on either Monday or Tuesday. Thanks for the follow, appreciate it. That's my next 2 days off. This is the only day I get off this week. It's Tuesday, so, and I will follow anybody back that follows me. I just have to, do that after the live is over. But later, I'm going to use a top water. I tried to throw it earlier, before I even started. I didn't get any bites on it, so still throwing Tequila Sunrise 7-inch acrylic tail worm. We'll throw it all the way around to the sandbar, and then that's where I'm going to throw the top water at. But I did bring something else with me today. And I may be fishing it too fast. I don't know. The weather's changed so much now that I may be fishing too fast. Even fishing, bottom. Like I said, it's cooled off, dramatically cooled off in the last 2 days. From 95, 96 down to 82 today. No humidity really at all, or at least not that much. And then at night it's dropping down to 55, anywhere between 55 and 53. So that's a dramatic change in the weather where I'm at, considering what it was. I would love to run a crankbait through here, but as you can see, the grass is just going to prevent me from doing that. There's no way. But I would surely love to run a crankbait through here right now. And if I did, I'd be losing more than what I thrown out, I think. So, just have to wait and see what happens today. And that's going to depend on what I use on Monday and Tuesday. Right now I'm still using the same thing, different day. I haven't had any luck in the spot right here where I'm at right now. But once I move on around, I've had a little bit more luck. hopefully as I move around, like I said, the weather's changed so much that it may not be as good as I want it to be today. Since it's the only day I'm off, I'm hoping to catch some fish. Last time I was out here, I caught 12 in 3 hours, I think, in between 9 or 7 in the morning and noon, and then after that they just quit. So it was the time before that I caught 12, and then the time before that I caught 10 on this worm that I'm using right now. Oh, that was not a bite. I wish it would have been, though. Been the first bite of today, but yeah, it is what it is, I guess. But with the weather changing, we'll see how things go today. I threw that topwater a minute ago around that grass. It's not a frog, it's still a whopper plopper. Along that grass line a minute ago, that's kind of further out there, and nothing reacted to it, which has kind of got me a little bit worried on how there's a bite. There's a fish. There's a fish. There's a fish. First one for today. Not bad. Not bad. And I don't have my gloves on today either, but that is the first bass for today, right there. I hooked him too, boy. He wasn't about to get off. And of course, like I always do, is I'll weigh him and then put him back. If anybody ever wants to guess the weight by looking, they're more than welcome to do so. Come on out there before I put him back. But there's the first one of today. Where am I? I'm at a work pond in southern Illinois. I am in Illinois. Turn the scale on. 1.5. Okay. I see 1.5. Anybody else? Let me zero this out. Anybody else want to guess real fast? Take a quick guess. Is 1.5 going to be it? All right. I'm going to say at least 1.6. Getting one there, right? Ooh, if he holds still now, he may not even make it to 1.5. Nope, 1.12. Can't complain about that though. First one of the day is 1 pound and 12 ounces. And put him back in the water somehow. And the pond's lost more water since the last time I was out here. Here he goes. There he went. Had to give him a little bit of a toss. Ooh, he got me all tangled up, but that was the first one for today, so that's skunks off the board. I was through hold on a second, got me all twisted up. Threw a topwater earlier, done absolutely no good. Yep, it's scoreable. Over 12 inches is a scoreable bass. 12 inches is, some tournaments do 8. You know, my tournaments that I did always done 12 inches. What's up, Rob? How's it going? Then got the first one off the first one in there, so we'll see if we can't do it again right here in the spot. If not, then we'll move on down. Yeah, my two that I caught a couple weeks ago, I think it was, or Labor Day weekend, I caught 2 3-pound bass out of here in the same day. Actually, they were a little bit bigger than 3. The biggest bass that I've caught out of here has been 7.5, which is my PB. Which, if you stay with me the whole time that I'm out here tonight, you'll see exactly how big this pond is. This is a huge pond. I'm just at the very beginning of it, really. And I do mean the very beginning. It takes me, I fished it, what day? Saturday or Sunday last weekend. I fished this whole entire pond just to see how long it would actually take me to fish it. To fish it from where I'm at right now, all the way around it takes exactly 6 hours. Actually 6.5 hours to fish this whole pond and to cover almost every inch of water on it. So, which is insane. And that's what's skipping some parts of it too, because the weeds are just so tall. I couldn't get to some of the water. So that's with walking around a little bit of it. But, 6.5 hours on a pond is still a considerably big pond. Thanks for sharing the live. Oh, no one to bite. I missed him. That wasn't him. Appreciate y'all coming in. I can see the screen sometimes, but sometimes I can't. So if I misread something, then I'll go back and look at it again to make sure that I read it right. So I just got here too, like 25 minutes ago. And I'm fishing the shallow water first. Once I'm done with the shallow water, I'll move on to the deeper water. And that's where I've been catching a lot of my fish at. But I wanted to wait until the afternoon. I got a little bit further along before I went over there, so that they hopefully be feeding a little bit better. The Black Max is good. I've used it for over 1.5 years. I love using the Black Max combo. This is my worming rod. I have a new rod tied on, or actually a new reel tied on for top water. I brought it with me today too. It may be almost impossible to fish top water, but I'm going to do it anyway, later on. And hope that my treble hooks do not get hung up in this matted grass. Thanks for the follow, appreciate it. But yeah, the Black Max, I like it. I've used it for over 1.5 years. This is my reel, or this is actually my rod and reel that I used the most in the summer and the fall. And then here before long, I'll switch over to a crankbait. Not today though. I'll use a crankbait on Monday or Tuesday, whichever day I decide to go fishing. At the different pond, I'm gonna go to a different pond that has a harder bottom than this one, and I'll use the crankbait and rattle trap over there early in the morning. Yeah, I like them. I've used it. Now I can't remember if it comes with line on it already, but if it does, I would change it out. I'd put a stronger 10-pound test line on. I have 10-pound on this one right now. That's a lot of grass, especially dragging it through grass like this. You've got to have a longer or stronger test line on it. Thanks for the follow, appreciate it. And I'm just trying to hit this little culvert right here before I move on around into that deeper water. I try to fish as much of it as I possibly can within the time limit that I have, because I got out here kind of late today. I should have came out here this morning, but my wife was at work, so it didn't work that way. Somebody has to stay home with the dog. I'm not talking about my child, I'm actually talking about the puppy right now. So, yep. Thanks for the follow, appreciate it. But we're going to hang in there for at least a little bit, see if we can't throw another one on the screen. I didn't know if I was going to catch any, because the weather's changed so much here in the past 2 days. The weather's actually changed dramatically. It's cooled off, especially at night. It's dropped down to the 50s, and then during the day it's staying in the upper 80s to upper 70s. So it's gotten a lot cooler than what it was. A lot. And of course, I fish this worm as slow as I possibly can. I don't rush with a worm at all. So never have, never will. It's a little bit more windy than what I thought it was, though. When I watched the weather last night, it said a 5 to 10 or a 5 mile an hour wind out of the east, which I guess that's about right. Whole I do have my backpack with me today, unlike I did last time. Last time I really didn't have any baits with me. This time I do. I have a little bit of everything, but I'm limited on what I can throw because, you know, of the grass. The grass is just insane. Until that mess is gone, which may not be until this winter. What's up? Thanks for the follow. That sucked. Caught one so far. It was a pound and 16, a pound and 12. I think it was a pound and 12 ounces. Or 1.1, as you can say. Need to fix this. How you doing? Hopefully you're doing good. And there is more of a wind than I thought there was today. Thanks for the follow. Appreciate it. We'll move along and see. It's a grass mat I just threw on top of. Hopefully I can get the grass off of it. That first one kind of bit when I twisted instead of just letting it fall. I popped it a little bit and it bit. So give it more of a little bit more action, and it reacted to it. But that may have been the only hungry one on this bank right here. Like I said, I can't pop it too much because the grass that's on the bottom of this pond is insane. But Monday or Tuesday, I haven't figured out which one yet, I'm going to be fishing a different pond. I usually fish it this time of year. There's some bigger bass in it too. Just over there I have more of an option to fish what I can. I don't fish it a whole lot because it's a very highly pressured pond anyway. So I try to stay to this one as much as I possibly can because not a lot of people fish it. But the one that I'll go to either Monday or Tuesday, there's a lot of people that fish that pond. It's a public pond. Well, this is a public pond too, but it's at the public park or city park, and there's a lot of people that go in there and fish it. I need to go in there and pull some bluegill out of it. That's what I need to do. I might have some bluegill for dinner, but I haven't done it yet. I need to do that here too. Thanks for the follow, appreciate it. We're going to move off this point here in a minute and move over to the next one. And hopefully they'll react a little bit better to this worm. As the evening goes, I'll start throwing a top water. Well, I just seen a bass flash at that one, but he went for it, but he didn't. He missed it, I guess. I seen him flash and he went straight back into the... Check that worm real quick. I may have to change my bait too. I don't know yet. I did have to go buy more tequila sunrise colored baits today before I came out here. This was the last one I had. I said, oh crap, I have to go to Walmart and get some more. So that was the first thing I did today. Before I came out here, actually. Hopefully that tree will grow back one day, but I doubt it. Or at least a bush. Looks like it's going to grow into a bush. Beaver chewed it down. I'm right in the grass. That was All right, let me grab my backpack and we're gonna move one around. I don't think the shallow water is gonna do me a whole lot of good. No, I don't think the shallow water is gonna produce like I want it to. Once I get over on that deeper water, it might. I'm just fishing my way back to my backpack. That way, I'm not missing anything. I seriously don't want to take a chance of missing a fish if I don't have to. Like I said, the first one I caught today was a pound 12, I think. Or 1.1, we'll put it that way. A pound, whatever. Over a pound. The first one today was over a pound. I caught it right when I got here. Sometimes that's a good sign. Sometimes it's not. Depends on what time of the day it is, I guess. But anyway, hopefully everyone's having a good day. This is my only day off work this week. Tomorrow I go back to work and then back to the 12-hour shifts this weekend. So I figured I'd come out while I had a chance and try and do at least a little bit of something. Hopefully. No, I don't think I'll run top water where I'm at right now. There's a turtle. Gotta love the turtles this time of year. That is for sure. Love the turtles. Let me try to fish off the dock real quick too before I go over to that other point. I'm going to go over to that other point right there. I caught a 7-pound bass off that point one day. Or actually 7.5. And then I turned around and caught a 5-pound bass off of it. So they're in here. The only thing is you catch them on a good day. The sun's shining, damn near bluebird skies. I mean, a few clouds in the sky over there, but not many. And I said I've caught a 7-pound bass out here, a 5-pound, 2 3-pound, 4.5. This is just over the past year since December, or actually November of last year. So, and then everything else has been under, or a pound or right under a pound. Using a worm, really. I'll use a crankbait later on in the year, but they're still slow. And I'm pretty sure they haven't started coming up yet, even though it's gotten a little bit cooler. And during the day, I'll spit it out right here in a minute. During the day, I'm still pretty positive that they haven't started coming up yet. And the grass is just insane. That's a lot of grass and junk. Alright, let's go over here and fish the dock real fast before we fish this other point. That way I'm not trying to backtrack if I see something that I don't want to do. Thanks for the follow. Appreciate it. We'll fix this worm too. Hopefully everybody had a good day today. Wednesday. I'll get it right here in a minute. Because I have my days off different probably than everybody else. So my Wednesdays are every other Wednesday I get off. And I work every other Wednesday. So it's different. I just do it on top of another grass mat. Man, they're everywhere. I don't know if y'all can see them or not. Probably not. But there's grass mats that are just submerged under the water. And if you throw on them, then you might as well just say the heck with it and try again. And they're getting, as the fall goes, they'll probably get just a little bit worse than what they are right now, but not much. Like I said, the pond's like a foot low. And we need some rain bad. We seriously need some rain. But, I have a feeling we're going to go into an early fall. When we do, we're going to get a whole lot of snow. That's just my thinking. At least where I'm at. Appreciate the likes, appreciate the follows, appreciate y'all coming in, hanging in there as I ramble on and try to put another fish on the screen. We're gonna fish off the dock here for a minute. I don't know if we'll catch anything, but we're gonna at least try. I gotta just walk my butt over there. That's really the only way to fish around that tree over there right now, is to get on the dock and fish it. That dock is way up in the air too. So if we catch a bass that's big enough, then I'll have to just bring it around the dock there. That's grass, I think. Yep. It bit, or it grabbed on, but nothing grabbed back. All right, let's go and fish this dock and then move over to the other point into that deeper water, and then I'm going to change it to a different worm, because this one just sucks. It don't suck, but it's just getting tore up by the grass, like extremely bad. So let's go do that, and then we'll head on to something else. I could throw that top water. Look at the frog. I could try to throw that top water while I'm over here too, at least once. See if anything will react to it, but I very seriously doubt right now anything will react to that top water. Kind of still too early in the afternoon. I may be wrong too, but I wanted to save it for there's grass mats. I can see 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 grass mats and under the water from up here. Thanks for the likes, appreciate it. But it may be a slow day is all I know. We'll see. If I get quiet, that means I'm concentrating on what I'm doing, or I'm thinking about how to do something else. But right now, of course, I'm going to stay with the worm and just do this thing. Hopefully. Oh, that was grass. I landed right on top of it. In the mornings, the bite's like insane. You can come out here and catch them like left and right until about noon, and then noon, it's over and done. Because they're just not going to bite anymore or react at all. Yeah, well, that'll make you change your bait, bring it back, and there ain't one. Gotta do that. Gotta switch up. You know what? I'm gonna throw that top water while I'm sitting here. I'm gonna throw that whopper plopper out there, since I have to change up anyway. If I get hung up, then well, that's just $10 gone. I'll have to get another one. I'm not going to throw it into any grass mats, that's for sure. But we'll throw it out there at least a couple times and see if anything reacts to it. But I'm thinking that it's too early. Oh, dear Lord. Now, if it casts like that, they're not. That was a bad cast if I'd ever seen one. Man. Yeah, I know I shouldn't be throwing this whopper plopper up here, but it's the only way to reach that corner over there, because the grass is just so bad right here. Shouldn't really be throwing any treble hooks in here right now, because I know if I get hung up, that lure is gone. That's just the way it is. But as long as I do it right, I'll be okay. Let's stay out of grass mats. Like that one. I'm not going to spend a whole lot of time throwing this whopper plopper. I just wanted to try it while I was over here, because I have to put a new worm on the other hook. So I just wanted to try it and see if I can get at least some kind of bite off of it in the shallow water, and then we'll go on going over to that other point. So yep, until then, it's just me rambling on. Appreciate y'all coming in and listening to me ramble on and go on about, whatever. Hopefully everyone's had a good day, good afternoon, whether it's been at work, school, home, going to work, coming home from work, whatever. I said I'm off today, so I don't have to do anything today other than this that I know of right now. Bait's not working right. There must be grass in it. Yep. And another reason I wanted to adjust this reel. Oh crap, that's not good. While I'm over here too, because this is actually a brand new reel. It's a Quantum that I got from Walmart, but I know it works. So I wanted to adjust it a little bit before I moved over to that deeper water and had to be all hung up with it and stuff. But we're moving on. Take that off there. Best I can. Alright, we're heading to a different spot. It may be interesting, it may not be. It may be a long, boring day. We'll find out. Okay, drop that. All kinds of dropping going on. But the biggest bass I've caught out of this pond so far this year has been 3.6. Oh no, I'll take that back. I think it was a 4-pound bass I caught early spring. And that bass was blind in one eye, to tell you the truth, which was insane. Alright. Let me get a bait, and then we'll get walking. Oh, this thing weighs probably about 20 pounds. Get one on there. Barkley Tequila Sunrises, that's what I'm using. That's what I've been using for a little bit. Had to go buy some more actually. We'll get that on there. And like I said, we'll start walking. We'll walk some of this pond. I'm not going to walk this whole pond today. Like I said last time, it takes a complete 6 hours to almost 6.5 hours to walk this pond, which is insane. I didn't know it would take me that long, and I did it one day fishing. It took me 6.5 hours to fish this pond. I was like, man. I think that's pretty straight. Yep. Looks straight to me. Alright, let's go. We're going to hit the deeper water. Shallow water. Caught one. But, we can do better than one. We can do better than one. My typical day out here has been, or my average day out here is 10 or about 12 a day. So we'll see if we can beat that or not within a 4-hour period. Had to snap that backpack on so I don't lose it. Alright, let's go. We've done fish this spot over here with worms, so we're just going to skip all this right here and go straight over to that other point and start fishing that deeper water in that bank. I wish I had a rod holder, but that's okay. It is what it is. We just have to wait and see. Monday or Tuesday, like I was saying earlier, I don't know who was in here and who wasn't. I'm going to fish a rattle trap and a crankbait at a different pond and see what I can do. But there's not a chance I'm fishing one at this pond. I like to keep my baits. And, I just ain't doing it. Let's move on around. Hopefully. So, like I said, if I get quiet and stop jabbering on and rambling on, whatever, that means I've started thinking. So you just have to Excuse that part, I guess. Because usually whenever I start thinking and concentrating, I'll get quiet when I'm trying to figure them out. Because that's the good thing about bass fishing. You know, you can't just come out here and start fishing. You know, you have to figure the fish out, what they want, how they want it, where they want it. You know, that's the good thing about bass fishing. It's a strategy game. You know, you really against the fish. Some fishing isn't like that. Some is. Just depends. I'm not going to throw my backpack off unless I absolutely have to. I'm going to keep it on and fish this bank and then keep moving. Because there's a certain area I want to get to today before I'm done. See, like I said, there's grass everywhere. And as soon as you cast out, when you've got a grass mountain like that, this pond's 2 foot low now. Last time I was out here, it was about 1 foot low. It's around 2 foot low now, looks like. Looks like, if not lower. So that's gonna mess me up too, probably. We'll see. A lot of grass right there. And fishing this grass like this, really I need to just be throwing top water. The first year I fished this pond, that's all I did was throw top water. But then I started fishing it with a worm, catching the bigger fish, you know, this time of year also. And then that's why I went straight to a worm. And I'll use a top water later on. That was a bite, but he didn't commit to it twice. Huh. So, anyway, there's a lot of turtles out here, though. I will tell you that much. Maybe I need to put a smaller weight on. I'm not going to do that just yet. As the more I go toward my right, which is your left, the deeper the water is going to be. Right now, I'm going still into shallow water. And as the day goes on, I'm pretty sure, from my experience out here, that the fish are going to turn on. Maybe, hopefully. I gotta fix that. Maybe, hopefully. I'll just put it that way. If not, it's going to be a long, long day for me. There's a grass mat, man. There's grass. I may not be able to fish at this point. May have to just move on. Because like I said, this pond is full of grass. It really is. Put a smaller weight on or fish weightless, but right now I'm not going to do that. Yep, be kind and make friends. That is true. Everybody is more than always welcome to connect with one another. I know I haven't said that just yet. Everybody's always more than welcome to connect and hang out and, you know, shoot the crap, you know, as long as we keep it halfway decent. I'm just waiting on that next fish to bite. That's why I've gotten a little quiet. I'm trying to think about what I want to do. I don't want to throw that top water just yet, and I know I don't. And like I said, I can't really throw anything with a treble hook right now. That's grass. That's a crap load of grass. Wow. Pond is low. Grass is high. Insane. We'll try, though. We'll try and see what happens. We're not going to give up just yet. told somebody earlier today that if I came out and didn't do any good, then my life wouldn't be as long as I wanted it to be. But that's okay too. I ain't worried about none of that. There's always another day. Well, no, not really, but we can always try if we're given another day. This backpack isn't as heavy as I thought it was going to be. I was wearing a hip bag, and it was okay, but I just couldn't keep everything in it that I needed. And so I went back to my backpack. I took a lot of stuff out of it. Man, it's a lot of damn grass. Crap. I mean a lot of grass. Anyway, I took a lot of stuff out of it. And it still weighs, well, I had a fish bite, but the grass decided it was going to take over. They need to treat this pond. Once they treat this pond, it'll be a whole lot better. Whenever I first started fishing this pond 8 years ago, 7 years ago, not 8, sorry, it wasn't like this. And then, boom, crap happened. And now the grass is just insane. And I mean literally insane on this pond. It was like never like this. And then just one year it popped up. I was like, man, that sucks. But yeah, if they treated this pond, it'd be a whole lot better. There's some fish that move right there. There's a lot of bait fish in here too. A lot of bluegill. Big catfish. I'll get it spit out right here in a minute. It's grass also. Well, if we don't catch anything, then dear Lord, I caught a lot of damn grass. Eventually I'll get tired of catching the grass and catch a fish. Maybe. Maybe being the key word. Hopefully everybody's having a good day. Like I said, for those of you that are just not coming in, I did catch one earlier when I first got here. And I haven't caught anything after since then. And as you can see by the grass mats, I cannot really throw anything other than a worm. I can throw a frog later. I have a whopper plopper tied on for whenever I get down that deep water. So, but there's not even a chance that I would throw that right here. Okay. This is where I hooked that 7.5 pound bass at in November of last year. It was right here where I'm standing. I cast out, straight out actually, and he was hiding in that grass. And I bounced a crankbait in front of him, and when I did, he reacted to it. And then the fight was on. Which, like I said, there's a place out there right now that's just got an area where there's no grass, and then I'm just walking straight into it. Thanks for the follow, appreciate it. See, I just walked straight to that grass mat. It's not thick or not thin grass either. Hell, I may tie a frog on after a while. Not right now though. Still too daylight, too bright out. Still too bright out for a frog. The sun's got to go down a little bit more. Or any type of top water. Bass just do not like sunlight. They're an ambush. I just got a crap load of grass on Kim loose. Ambush fish. They will ambush their prey quicker than anything. That's why they don't really like to move around a lot. They will in the spring because they're, spotting and all that stuff. But 95% of the time, bass ain't moving around like that. They're waiting. Grass. We're moving into the deeper water. I'm not going to spend a lot of time on this grass and stuff, because if all I'm catching right now is grass, then that means that I might as well just keep going to somewhere else. And keep on walking, keep on trucking, because I'm not going to spend a lot of time on if all I'm catching is grass. Not much, man. Just hanging out. I've caught one fish in an hour. It's better than none, I guess. I'm hoping that as I move down this bank, though, that they kind of turn on and pick up as the afternoon goes. I did manage to actually pack a flashlight with me this time. Last time I came out here, I didn't have a flashlight, and I ended up falling twice. Once in the weeds and then once in a freaking hole. The first time didn't hurt. The second time I kind of twisted my ankle up. So, not a whole lot. I'm doing good. Hopefully you're doing good. If I can stay out of the grass, I'll do even better. I'm hoping to start a fishing TikTok. How'd you manage to get your account up to go live? A lot of work. I've done a lot of networking, a lot of going to different lives, talking to people, connecting with almost everybody, and they would connect back with me. Friends outside of TikTok, because I'm monetized on YouTube, so I'm monetized on Spotify, YouTube, and I have a lot of things going on. But anyway, I've done a lot of work. I mean, for about 2.5 months. I went to a couple grow streams. Of course, they're always good to go into to connect with people. I've done that. Met a lot of awesome people in there. I actually still go into some of them, to tell you the truth, which is nothing wrong with that. I have a lot of friends, I'll spit out right here in a minute, that just fish, that are on TikTok, and they said, hey, start TikTok. And 2.5 months later, there you go. Yeah, I posted a lot of videos, and then, like I said, went to a lot of different lives and stuff like that, and just hung out. Eventually, you'll be noticed. You'll either be noticed as a troll, or you'll be noticed as a real person. You don't want to be noticed as a troll, of course, because that's not good. So you always want to kind of just get in there and start talking to people. That's the whole thing. Start talking, start networking with everybody, getting to know people, building a community, family, friends, whatever, and build off of that. You want to have a core group to go off of before you continue to, once you have a good core group, then you start to spread out and branch out and go to other places and do other things. But first, work on your core group, hit the 1K, go live, and then that's when a lot of people are going to come over and check you out. What's up over in Cleveland? Hopefully you're doing good. Yeah, you just have to network and make new friends and make more friends. It's always about connecting with each other. But I will tell you this, if you're picky about who you connect with, you're going to be waiting forever. So you can always go back later on. And, if you decide you don't like their content, that's why there's a follow and an unfollow button. If you don't like it, you can always unfollow them, just like on YouTube. If you don't like them, you can always unsubscribe from them or stay with them. That's your choice, but you have to stay constantly working on stuff. There's a fish. I don't know if I got him. Nope, he got off. Did he get off? Yeah, he got off. Ran me up in the grass. Dang it. But, yep, you just gotta work. It's a lot of work. It took me 2.5 months, if even that long, to get to where I'm at right now. Maybe a month and a half. Like I said, it's a lot of work. And I work with healthcare, so there's a lot of downtime that I have where I'm just sitting around doing nothing but watching TV with them. And my employers are pretty cool. They don't mind if we, are on our phones and stuff like that. As long as they're taken care of, they're good. And that's what happened. Thanks for the follows, appreciate it. And then once you go live, you know, like I said, people are going to see you, and if they like your content, they're going to come, they're going to watch, they're going to follow. One of my lives, I picked up 64 followers. The next day, I picked up 46. So I mean, it's all about your content and how you present it. Entertaining, you know, everybody's going to have good days and bad days. Like right now, I've caught one fish in an hour. When it's been, I've been catching 12 fish within 4 hours, but you know, I can't do anything about the fish biting slow or the weather. So all I can do is stand out here and run my mouth until the fish start biting and keep casting. And eventually, a fish will hopefully bite. I got close to 1,000 and lost 201. That's weird. Yeah, it's grass. That's really weird. I haven't, now on YouTube, I would say I would not be surprised because that actually happens over there. But over here, I haven't had that problem yet. I'm constantly doing stuff though that to try to grow. And yeah, I mean, on YouTube, whenever I was trying to get monetized and all that stuff, I would gain 100 to 200 people here and there, and then the next day YouTube would take them, and then eventually they'd give them back. But try not to watch your numbers. If you're watching your numbers constantly, it's just going to drive you nuts. Just do your thing. You know, if you're going to post a video, you know, whatever. You know, just do your thing, and it will happen eventually. That's all I can. Even though you're going to stand out here and watch me catch grass 95% of the time, it looks like. At least I gave you that advice. Just don't worry about your numbers as much. You'll hit 1,000 when you hit 1,000. And when you hit 1,000, I would suggest not going live the first time you get it. Because, well, your live button's not going to be there anyway. It takes about 48 hours or more for your live button to show up. And then once it does, I would still wait an extra day or so before you go live and just work it. And then after that, you know, get your plan together, get your content together, get your strategy together for your first live at least. After that, you know, you can go from there, but at least do that much as you're waiting. Thanks for the follow, appreciate it. And people are going to come in and out. I mean, my first live, I had 348 people in here for hours. You know, and today's 8, but that's okay. It's still 8 awesome people in here, and I'm still going to do my thing, regardless of whether it's 2, 8, 9, or 12, you know, or 1,000. You know, keep doing what you do, and this is a bunch of grass. We're going to keep moving though, you know, and be real with it. You know, if you're going to do fishing videos, be real. Is another suggestion I have. Like, I could edit all of this grass out of here and you never see any of this grass, but for what? I mean, other than it's a lot of editing, number one, and number two, I want to see real. So if I want to see real, I expect to see, you know, to be real myself. I'm going to grab this rod and we'll just move on down off of this bank, and hopefully the fish will start biting. I brought my whopper plopper today, so once we got off into the deeper water, but we're not made it there yet. I have to get away from the weeds. They mowed this yesterday. That's really soft right there. So you'll probably see me putting this rod down a couple times and picking it back up. Oops, excuse me. Until I get to where I want to be. Because like I said, the grass mats are insane. And I really don't want to throw my whopper plopper until I get to a certain spot. But there's a turtle. At least we get to see that today, right there somewhere. Well, there's 2 of them. Man, the grass is just damn near unbearable. I think next time I come out, and I don't like to spend a whole lot of downtime on anything because I know that here in a little bit I'm not going to be in grass as much, so I don't really want to do a whole lot with it, because once I get over around that area, there's not going to be any grass, because it goes straight deep. This pond's actually 42 foot deep. So, but until I get to that point, I just have to fight the grass till I get over there. I could have started over there, but there's a reason why I didn't. I wanted to start over in the shallow stuff in the afternoon and give those fish time to get hungry for their afternoon bite, other than just going over there, starting over there, and then catching absolutely nothing. Which, hell, may happen anyway. I don't know. But yeah, when you start doing your fishing lives, I'll pop in. I like to support as many people as I possibly can. A lot of times I'll pop in, which that's a good thing about TikTok. It actually shows you who comes in and who doesn't. Or when you come in, it tells everybody that you joined. On YouTube, it don't. So, you can pop in and out on YouTube and nobody knows you were there. Over here, it actually says, when you joined the live chat or whatever, or at least scrolled through, and everybody can see it, or at least, the host can see it. And that tells the host, who's watching and who's not. But right now, we're just waiting. It's a waiting game. We've been out here for an hour with one fish, which, hey, the skunk's off. Can't complain, really. There's no skunk. Other than it's just kind of weird for me because I've been out here every time. Labor Day weekend, I caught 21. The weekend after that, I caught 12. Today, I've caught 1. So maybe the sign is that the days are in the numbers. Yep. Yeah, YouTube, you can't see who's coming in and out now. But yeah, I just posted a lot of videos until I hit 1K. Once I hit 1K, I started going live, and then I just kept going from there. My first live was not a fishing live. My first live that I did was actually in front of my desk in a chair, just to check it out to see if I wanted to do it or not. Because over on YouTube, I have a green screen. I have all of this, all the stuff that I use over there. Over here, you have virtual screens. It says green screen, but it's not really green screen. It's virtual screen that TikTok has, and it's okay. I mean, I use it sometimes, but not nearly as much as I use my green screen. But anyway, hopefully the fish are going to start biting here in a minute. We're going to walk down here, like right now. I'm going to cast one time, and then we're moving. Where am I from? I'm from Southern Illinois. Southern Illinois. Okay, I'm in the grass. Let's move down. We're not going to spend a whole lot of time in one spot today other than around the sandbar. Once we get over around the sandbar, I'll spend a little bit more time, but I have to walk through insane amounts of grass to get to the sandbar. And last time I was out here too, they was biting right at this grass line, which I just kind of slowed it down, let it completely hit the bottom now. I'm fishing for bass. Oh no, you're good with your connection. Yeah, that's one thing that Largemouth bass. I caught one so far over a pound like an hour ago. So I moved off into kind of like deeper water right here. From here over is going to be deeper. Then here over is the shallow. As the evening goes, I'll start to throw a whopper plopper, try to get a topwater bite. I'm not sure if I'm pretty sure they're hiding under the grass mats is what my thinking is. It's what my thinking was last time I was out here too. But, once I started thinking that, I started catching them out in open water. So, well. You didn't hear my answer for what? What was the question again? You didn't hear my answer for what? Because I may have been rambling on and didn't even see the question. But yep, it is nice, it's calm, peaceful out here. There's no ducks out here. That's kind of strange too. There's no ducks out here today. Usually there's been a flock of ducks out here. Other than the crows. I can hear the crows over in the tree line, but appreciate the likes. But yep, it's fun doing this stuff. I like doing it. I've done it actually for a little bit, and then like I said, I hit my 1K over here and started doing live streams over here fishing. My first one I did was on a desk. I'm not on a desk, but behind the desk. I've only done 5. This is my 5th one. Here. So we'll move on down here in a second because it's going to be a slow day, it looks like. I was hoping not, but the weather is changing. Season's changing. That means bait's going to have to change. Let's move on down. I may have to straighten that worm out a little bit too. Looks like that may be some of the problem. Just pop it a little bit too, just see if there's a bluegill coming up to the top of the water. But I just now know there's no dragonflies, no bugs, no anything. Every time I came out here before, there's been dragonflies around that's a hell of a lot of grass. Dragonflies around the water and everything else. So, and now it's like absolutely nothing anywhere. I may have to take this worm off and redo it. It looks like crap. I wouldn't go for it. At least it's not hot today. That's so far the one good thing. Well, other than not being skunked. It's not hot today. What time is it here? It is 5:19 p.m. We still have a little bit before the sun starts going down. It gets dark at 8:30. Wow, that's really messed up. It gets dark at 8:30 here. Because I had to remember to bring a flashlight, because the last two lives I've done in the afternoons, I was going to move, but I'm going to wait a minute. I have walked out of here in the dark. But I guess my next live will be over on YouTube. Yeah. May have to do something else. The grass is just going to kill me on these baits now. I just bought a new package today, so I'm not trying to go through them with all the grass. Completely tearing it up. That's what over there. Hopefully they'll start biting a little bit better. I'm not going to just straight walk over there now, because if I do, they probably won't bite at all. You know what I am going to do? I'm going to go down here and I'm going to put my rod against this sign, and then I'm going to fish my way back. I think that would be, that way I don't have to keep bending over. No, not because I don't need to, but y'all don't always want to see somebody hitting the grass. And I'll just fish my way back the way we came and then fish back up. That'll only take a minute for what I'm wanting to do today. There's no shade, nothing. But there's a breeze, and that's about it. Something's been playing in that water right there. It's got it all muddy. Probably a big catfish. Probably a big catfish in there playing around. All right, let's go back this way. But yeah, it's only 5:15 or 5:20 something here. 5:22 actually. Let's see. Wow. This pond's like really low. Now that I got down here and I can actually look at it and see it, it's like 2 foot low. .2 foot low, and I may start throwing a whopper plopper here in a minute. In fact, I hope. If not, then this will be the first time all year that I've only caught one bass, which is insane. Because all the other times I've caught 12, 11, 10. So, like I said, the weather is changing, and it may get a little bit interesting to figure out what they're biting on. So where's everyone from? There's 7 of us in here right now. Where's everyone from? What do you fish for? How are you doing any good, and what are you using? And are you fishing a lake, or are you fishing a pond or a river? And maybe I should have went to that other place today and fished it. Okay. So what are you fishing for? If you fish, what do you fish for? Do you fish for catfish, bass, bluegill, saltwater, freshwater, anything like that? Ponds, river, lakes. While we're waiting on the fish to start biting here, not for me to stop catching so much grass. Yep, I have a feeling that should have came out. Oh, there's a dragonfly. That's the first one I've caught or seen all day. Catfishing lakes. Okay. I haven't done a lot of catfishing this year. I started off in the spring doing some catfishing and kind of got away from it a little bit whenever the bass started hitting real good. And then it got extremely hot and I stopped for a little bit. I sat in the house while it was 106, 110 degrees outside. And then after it started cooling off, I started fishing again. And I'm glad it did, because man, I was getting tired of sitting in the house doing nothing. Do you catfish in Atlanta? Yeah, I believe it. I believe it for sure. They're out here too. I mean, the nearest river for me though is an hour away, and the closest lake is 45 minutes away, which I may end up driving before the year's over. I wanted to do at least one trip up catfishing on the river this year. I have got my spot picked out. I just have to make it down there. See if I can't catch a couple channel cat. My wife and daughter, they won't eat channel cat. They won't eat catfish, period. They'll eat bass and bluegill. I don't think they've ever had crappie. If they have, they haven't had any recently because I haven't caught any. I'll take that back. They have ate catfish. Not that I've fried. They'll only go to one place and eat catfish, and that's a catfish stand where they fry it up and sell it on the side of the road. And they'll go there and eat it. That's the only place they'll eat the catfish from. And I'm not sure if they realize it's catfish or not. And it is just going to be a slow day, it looks like. It is going to be a slow afternoon. It's just starting to feel that way. But that's why they call it fishing and not catching. Just keep doing what we're doing, and we'll either catch one or two or three or four, or we won't. And I'm pretty sure it's not the color. I'm pretty sure it's not the action of the worm. Let's see what it looks like. Yeah, it's not the presentation, it's not the color. I just have to find them at this point. I don't even see any bluegill busting at the top of the water under the grass mats. Or anything for that matter. It's just so still and peaceful out here today. It's almost like an early spring day, early or late winter day actually. What it feels like. Water feels thick. There's no grass on it now because Well, there might be right there. No, it came off. I've hit the deeper water, so I won't have any, shouldn't have any grass come up on my line now, unless it's just a very little bit. Because this pond's 42 foot deep. And, well, I started over there. And I'm going to try to make my way over here to where that sandbar's at. That's what I've been doing. About every time I go live, I'll fish. I'll start at the dock and make my way over to the sandbar, and I've been catching 10 to 12. My average is 12 a day for 4 hours, and this is the slowest day I've had all year. Just insane. But like I said, once again, the weather's changing, and that's going to play a key factor in everything. That one that I caught when I first started may have just been hungry. The only one that was hungry for a worm in the whole pond. We go to Pensacola, Florida to fish off the bridge sometimes. That's cool. I've never been to Florida. I've been north to Michigan and south to Texas, but I've never been to Florida. I went to Amosal, Michigan, which is 40 miles from Canada, and then I went down to Kingsville, Texas, which I think is like 30 minutes or so from the border. Went down there and hung out, sit on the beach over on the Gulf of Mexico, and done absolutely nothing. Couldn't even go swimming that day because they had shark alerts out. So, and they would give you a fine if you were caught in the water while they had that. The sharks apparently so close to the shoreline, which if you were worried about a fine, then I don't worry about a shark biting me. Of course, because I'm landlocked. I know a lot of people are used to stuff like that, but see, I'm landlocked. I don't have salt water and sharks and alligators and all that stuff. Most we have are snakes and mountain lions, maybe an occasional panther. But other than that, that's it. Coyotes, but all that stuff's more afraid of you than you are of it. Well, the snakes may be not as much. I've had encounters with 3 rattlesnakes and a copperhead, and yeah, that scared me to death. Well, we're just gonna hang out. Like I said, the water went with that line with that worm. It feels awful thick. It usually doesn't feel that thick. And, you know, I know someone may think that I'm completely nuts, but something just, it feels thick for some reason. And it's not dirty other than where that catfish or turtle or whatever was eating right there. Hell, it could have been big bass, I don't know. That was eating in that grass line. I don't know. I just got it mudded up right there. Other than that, the water's clear. Well, it's dingy, it's dirty. So I'll squirrel hunt and I'll rabbit hunt. And the only reason I don't deer hunt is because with work and what the type of job I have is I can be called at any time to go to work, and I don't have the time to do any of it, especially the last 2 years. The last 2 years have been insane in the healthcare industry and all that stuff. And with everybody getting sick or whatever, or some people getting sick, you know, it's just insane. You just can't. I can be called to work at any time. I'm literally standing outside where I work right now, fishing the work pond. This pond is owned by the people that I work for, or the company that I work for, I should say. But no, I haven't went squirrel hunting or rabbit hunting or anything in the past 2 years. This is about it. And I'll fish into December, and once it gets extremely cold, I'm done for the year until late February, early March. I was for sure the bass would tear this worm up today. That's why I've been having such good luck on the past 2 days, or past 4 times I've came out here. There's a Tequila Sunrise 7-inch curly tail worm that Barkley makes, and it's insane. They're not even touching it today. I say that now and then they'll bite. But once again, the weather's changing. 55 to 53 degrees at night. Not even getting barely into the 80s during the day. So the water temperatures are cooling off. The fish know that the seasons are changing. So that's changing up on everything. That changes everything. Alright, I'm going to throw this whopper plopper for a minute. I'm going to throw it over on the other side over there and bring it back to me, hoping, number one, that I don't come up on a really thick grass mat and can't bring it out. And number two, well, number one, hoping that I hook a fish. Number two, hoping that I don't come up on a big grass mat, because they're not even messing with this worm. They're not even, they're looking at me probably and saying, "You dummy, we don't want that worm today." That's all right. I usually only throw this early in the morning, but, oh well, damn, that's a bad catch from the beginning. Wow. That was insane. Never done that. Well, I have done that before, but not like that. Oh, it's the reel. I see my problem. It's the reel. May not be throwing a whopper plopper on this. This is a new reel, and I haven't really adjusted it that much yet, so I thought I had it adjusted before I came out here. And before I went live, I threw it without any problems. There. And now I'm having difficulties for some reason. I know what it is. It's the tension knob. And of course, I wouldn't have difficulties on a live stream, but that's, like I've said before, that's why it makes it real. To me, at least. I don't know about everybody else, but at least to me. I said, and I got this reel from, there, that's better, Walmart. It's a little quantum reel that I got. And I don't think it's going to matter. We'll throw a little bit and see. Then we'll transition from deep water to shallow water. Don't care about that. Just love how people call you when you're busy. And see how that goes. But I'm not going to waste a whole lot of time using this thing today. Early in the morning, yeah, I'd use it a whole lot. But this afternoon, I just won't use it that much in the evening times. Yep, you also. You have a good day. Somebody left a message. I said this grass is just insane. So I won't be using this for very long. I just wanted to try it around the other bank over there. Well, if I cast it right. Dear Lord, that's the third time I've screwed it up. It's probably because I got this backpack on. That's what I'm thinking. I didn't have any problems with it earlier. At all. Perfect. Yeah, it's the backpack messing me up. I literally have to yank that bait when it gets close to that grass so that it doesn't get hung up. Slow it down just a little bit and see what happens. Typically, I would not throw this at all this late in the day. Or a frog for that matter. I'd wait a little bit longer, but I just wanted to check around that transition from where the water goes deep to shallow, just to see real fast, or shallow to deep, whatever you want to, however you want to say it. And it's just not going to happen today. Just not going to happen today, I don't think. We'll try it one more time, and then we're going to move on. I think I'm going to have to cast it with my other hand. That's the problem. I got to cast it with my other hand. Because when I try both, it just don't work out for me. One-handed, no problem. With this, plus the tension probably could be a little bit looser. I still have it kind of tight. Crazy grass, man. Crazy grass. But yeah, the last two lives actually I've done have been a whole lot more interesting than this, for sure. I said I caught 21 on Labor Day weekend, 12 the last time I was out here, so. And now 1. Well, I mean, like I said, the skunk's off the board, so it's nothing. Can't complain too much. I'm just trying to figure out where they're at and what they're biting now. I mean, it's got to be a crankbait at this point, or I'm trying to think if I have that Julian swim bait with me, which I don't think I do. I think it's at home. I'm pretty sure it's at home. Well, ducks are landing on the water today. Now. Nope. We're going to scratch that. It was a try. It was worth it. Worth the try for at least 3 or 4 casts. Let's go back to the worm and work our way on down. I'm going to adjust this worm just a little bit too. It's kind of not on there right. Let me do that real quick. Without putting this other rod down real fast. Yeah, they do here too, because right now they're right where I'm wanting to go, that I'm making my way to. I'm making my way to that sandbar. There's just, well, not in the sky, but there's a sandbar around here, and there's a ducks are right here. So what I'm trying to do is make my way over to that area. That's where I hooked 2 3-pound bass, and then turned around and hooked a 5-pound bass in this grass a couple years ago, right on the grass line, right about here. And I'm hoping that does again, because it's nothing but a straight drop off. Once you get to that grass line right there, it's a straight drop off. I mean, I'm looking right at it. And if it doesn't speed along, if we don't catch another fish here in a little bit, I'm just going to go over to that sandbar and skip all of the bull crap and see how it works. Because right now we're fishing deep water. Extremely deep water. This pond's actually 42 foot deep. And I'm damn near just dead sticking it on the bottom, waiting on anything to grab at this point. But yeah, those wood hens over there, I didn't even know where they were at first. I could hear them a couple weeks ago. I could hear them out here, but I didn't know where they were at, because they just camouflaged so well against the bank. And then I seen them, and I found their slides where they come off the bank into the water. I'm like, damn, what the hell is that? There's no alligators around here. And so I started thinking, and then finally somebody on the live said, looked it up, I guess, and said that it was a wood hen, and that made perfect sense after that. But I'm like, damn, what the hell is making that? And they're all up and down that bank over there where they're at. So as we get closer to the ducks, of course, they'll move away, but they're all wild. The geese should be coming in soon, actually. Within the next month or so. They all moved out late August. No, early August, all the geese left, but they all should be coming back in December. So it's only 2 months without them. I'm just letting it fall to the bottom, because, like I said, this is a deep water here now. And usually I've caught 5 or 6 by the time I've gotten to this point, but today is just not a day for it, I guess. One will have to do. Let's see. What time is it? We've been out here for 2 hours, 1 bass, which, like I said, with the weather changing and everything, that's typical probably. In the afternoon, I'm going to be fishing a different pond either on Monday or Tuesday. I'll fish it early morning, throw a whopper plopper, throw a rattle trap, and throw a crankbait. That's what my plan is. Just in this pond, it ain't happening. Either they don't want the worm or they don't like the color. I'm almost getting ready to look and see if I've got that bluegill that jointed swim bait in my bag. I think I do. At this point, anything is better than nothing to try. Alright, we're gonna move on down. The bluegill are moving though. I seen another bluegill come up. I said, there's a lot of bait fish in this pond. That may be the issue today too. Because once we get over around that sandbar, I'll be able to see them. I don't know if y'all will be or not, but I will be able to see them down there swimming. That is for sure. I'm just watching the bank, paying attention to everything going on over on the other side. Well, I got quiet. I was like, what the heck? Nope, grass. Well, hopefully I'll catch another one before the day's over. This is what my plan is, at least. I've been waiting all day to come out here. Like I said, there's one that just moved. Let's see if we can't get him to react and commit to this worm. Maybe we can, maybe we can't. Pull it out there a little bit. Just made a big swirl on top of the water. Let's see if I can't get him to... He's up in that grass, probably eating all them bluegill that are up in there. Thanks for the follow, appreciate it. See if we can't get this bass to react to this worm. Or fish. Hell, it could have been a bluegill for all I know. I just know it was a big swirl. And I wanted to try and see. And I'm in the grass. There's two ducks out there now. There used to only be one. Now there's two. There used to be a flock of 12. But now I see the flock of 12 and plus another 6. So, and those 6 are over there just tearing that bank up. Dang it. Hopefully they'll be gone by the time I get over there. They're just over there splashing water, fighting going on. And that's where I'm going. Oh, that was my whole objective to fishing this though, all the way over there, because I've been doing so well fishing this worm all the way over to that point over there where those ducks are at, and they're over there making so much noise that maybe another long day. They are making a lot of noise, that's for sure. Okay, we're moving on. Moving on to right here. Wish there was a way to put this post in front in the ground somewhere. There's no hole. Too bad it's not a crawdad hole or something right coast. You know what? I'm in deep water. Let's see if I've got it. Yep, I gotta check my bag. I can get the clip off. There we go. Yep, and ducks have just now got here. Those are new ducks. Some have been here for a little bit, and then the other ones are newer. That's grass, bigger than crap grass. We're gonna leave that there a minute. Just kind of quickly fish this real fast. Well, not real fast, but I won't even fish around those stumps over there. That grass is too tall. I am going to be in tall grass, but not that tall grass. Last couple of times I've tried to fish and I haven't even got a bite around those trees over there. Not even a nibble. I'm seriously thinking that it's time to go to a crankbait. Not just for today, I mean for the year. If it stays cooled off the way it is right now, I'm sure it's time to go to a crankbait. Pretty sure. I'm just going to fish this shoreline real quick and then bank line, whatever you want to call it, real fast, and I'm going to move over to where them ducks are at. They've probably destroyed what I want to do, but I want to try it anyway. So next time I go live would be in the morning. It won't be in the afternoon. Afternoon bites just not there today. I'm trying to think if it's supposed to rain anytime this week too. I don't think it's supposed to. I think the rain is going to stay away all week. It's just gotten really cool in the mornings. Really cool in the mornings and decent in the afternoons. So but yeah, them ducks, I have a feeling they've completely destroyed that spot, but I'm going to try it anyway. In fact, in a little bit I'm just going to walk over there. I have fished this whole bank and not even got a bite other than the one that I caught when we first got here. Not even bluegill nibble. It's a complete difference from the last time I was out here, that's for sure. So I've been out here almost 2 hours, and a little bit disappointing, but you know, there's no skunk. Took care of that when I got here. Which sometimes I think that whenever I first get here and I catch the first fish real fast, that it's going to be either a good day or a bad day. And here lately it's been a good day, but sometimes it happens. They're just not hungry. Or actually they're hungry. And I don't know if it was a full moon last night or not. It possibly could have been. I don't remember. I know I remember barely looking outside and at work and seeing the moon, but it didn't look like it was a full moon. Yeah, there go two ducks right there. They're leaving. Here come the other ones right at me. They're like, what are you doing over here? Here we come to see what you're doing. Trying to see if you can see them or not. Nope, I don't think you can. But the ducks are right in that area right there. Oh, they turned around, went back the other way. They were headed this way. I guess they seen me and it freaked them out, and they decided they're going to go back the other way. All right. We're going to the sandbar. I have a feeling that we're not going to do any good until we get over there. And that's exactly where them ducks are at, so that's where we're going. It's time to see if they're there or not. So we're going to skip a little bit. Man, my back is something went from that backpack. I just now realized it. Oh well. We're going to skip a little bit of water because, like I said, in that little point right there, as you would call it, or slough, I have not been able to get any bites at all year. None. You would think that they'd be tearing it up around the stumps, and they probably are if I was in a boat and casting from a boat back toward the middle, but nothing as of right now. The water's clear though. It is like really clear. I'm going to get over here and at least for a good 30 minutes or hour, there was a fish that just blew up right there on the top of the water, but that doesn't mean anything now at this point. So we're just going to walk over here instead of just trying to slowly fish it because I'm just wasting time at this point. Awesome. There's a lot of bugs still out though. A lot of gnats. That's insane. There hasn't been that many gnats out all year. As you can see, I'm in really tall grass right now too. Damn, I'm not even paying attention for a snake, but hopefully there ain't any. And hopefully I don't bust my ass again. But if I do, I do. Alright. We're going to start trying it right here again. No, we're not. We're going to go down a little bit further. I know where my spots are at because I have fished this pond for 7 years straight. So I know where they're at. Sometimes I know where they're not. And right now I haven't been able to find them, so I don't know where they are. It's got me thrown off a little bit. I'm just going to go on down here. There'll be a glare, but hopefully it'll do something. Okay. I'm going to start right here. Right here. And see how it works. It may and it may not, because I'm like right now I'm in deeper water now, so there's a bite. Oh, I missed it. Okay. So there was a bite. That's the first bite I've had in an hour. So that can be a good sign. Let's try it again. Felt like a bluegill though. But that was the first bite I've had in an hour. That might be the only bite I have in the next hour and a half. Who knows? Grass. It also gives me a sense of where the grass line is on this bank too. Only right in the sun. Yeah, we've caught one today. Been trying to catch another one. Just had a bite. This is the first bite I've had in an hour. It was just a little peck. It's probably a bluegill. This is a small peck when it hit the bottom. So like I said, probably a bluegill nipping at it. But I'll cast at least one more time in this spot and then we'll move on. Come on there. And we'll see how it goes in a little bit. One fish in 2 hours at this pond for me is, well, it's really not good here lately. I've been doing a whole lot better than that. Ooh, that sun is hot, man. Okay. I'll add one more cast after this one. It could have been a turtle. There's 2 or 3 turtles that just popped their heads up. Checking me out to see what I'm doing. They heard the splash and they probably thought it was a fish dying. So they wanted to come and check it, pop their heads up and check it out. And, well, they're still looking at me. I missed him. That's the second bite. Second fish. I just missed him too. Try again. And they're short striking it. And they're only hitting the tail. I know exactly what they're doing. Take this backpack off a minute. That's the second bite in like 10 minutes, so. See, and there's not really a whole lot of grass over here, and that's why I was hoping that I'd be able, once the sun started to go down, to be able to run that top water over it. But as I've gotten over here and I started looking a little bit more, there's a lot more grass than what I thought there was. Last time I was over here, which was only a week ago, not even a week ago, let's see, 3 days ago or something like that, this grass was not even anywhere close to this bad. It was bad, but not as bad as it is now. But we're gonna move here in a minute. The sun is beating my face up. I'm trying to keep my hat down. So 2 bites and then nothing. Maybe those turtles, I guess. Could have been those turtles. Oh no, maybe not. Let's rephrase that and look at this a little bit further. It's a little bit deeper. There we go. There. Yeah, can't see. Yep. I can't see for damn sure. I'm gonna have to get some sunglasses on for sure. That's bad. That's why I was trying to fish my way around that bank, but I wasn't getting any bites over there. And I come over here and get 2 bites. I'm getting ready to come up on that sandbar here in a minute. What time is it? I still have another 2 hours before the sun even starts to think about going down. And that's when I wanted to hit the sandbar, was right as the sun was going down. I guess I'll fish it until it does then, because I'm already over here now. Yeah, the glare off that water is kicking my butt, man. I remember when I used to fish. When I say used to, I remember when we'd go fishing on Sunday or Saturday. We'd bass fish in Crab Orchard or Cedar Lake out in a freaking boat, and it'd be okay in the mornings, but as soon as that sun come up after noon, man, you would burn up in an aluminum boat, and you would want to go home. But you're fishing a tournament, so you don't get to make those decisions because the other guys end up, fishing too. And I have sat and burnt up not catching a fish or getting a bite in tournaments more than once. And I've also sat in aluminum boats being the only one catching fish, but just not the size that I wanted them to be. Getting ready to move down. Those 2 bites are probably all I was going to get, and I almost bet you they were bluegill. Alright, we'll throw one more time. I think I said that before and we didn't move. Yeah. One more time, right out there where I can't see. That just tells me I have to feel. It's a good way to teach yourself to be able to feel the rod and the line on the rod, that's for sure. Is to be blinded by the sun when you're fishing. Then you have no other choice but to feel. Feel for a thump. That's all you can do whenever you're blind. There was a thump right there. He hit it when it fell. Hit it when I picked it up. Oh. And I've cast out there 3 times, so I know it wasn't there before. What's up? How's it going? I've caught 1 fish in 2 hours, which sucks. My average is 12 a day within a 4-hour period, and today, because the weather's changed so much, that they're just not biting the way I want them to. So I've caught 1 today in 2 hours. Had a few short strikes, just here a minute ago, which I'm hoping they're going to get better as I go to my right, which is your left. As I move closer and further up that sandbar. But right now, nothing. Alright, we're moving on down. 2 casts and no bite, so we're moving on down. We'll grab my backpack. And I cannot see a flipping thing after I got off that sun. Okay, let's go. We're moving down here to where I wanted to be to begin with. And hopefully something will bite. I missed those two a second ago, which was my fault. Like I said, at this point, all I can do, being in the sun the way I am, is feel the line, when they pull it. And if I miss it, I miss it. All right. So right here where this duck slide's at is where I've been catching a few fish. I will say that. But it's where I wanted to start at and probably end at. Because if they don't start biting in a little bit after fishing this huge pond, my day will be done. Not a whole lot I can do if they're not biting though. At least I tried. Appreciate the follow. Yep, one fish today in 2 hours. And we're working on number 2. Usually we're on number 10 by now, but with the weather changing as the way it has, it's just not going to happen for me today, I don't think. But we'll see. We will see what happens along the way, is all I can say. Hopefully everybody's had a good Wednesday. I go back to work tomorrow, so I was kind of hoping that today would be a little bit more productive than it was. It's okay. Some days you do, some days you don't. Wish you were fishing, both of you do? Yeah. I wish they were biting. It's a lot more funner and more interesting and entertaining when they're biting. I actually caught a couple 3-pound bass here not too long ago, but right now, like I've said, there's a bite. Hold on. Nope. Okay. He hit it on the fall, and I seen the slack go out of the line, so let's see if we can do that again. Actually, I seen the line bounce, and they were slacking the line. If there wouldn't have been slacking the line, I probably would have had him, or her, or it, or whatever. But that was the first cast over here too, so let's see if we can't do it again. I've been fishing since 4 o'clock. There's another bite. Okay, so we might be onto something here. And that one, that was my fault that I missed it. So that was another bite. Let's do it again. I'm about to hook that bird as it flew over. That would have been interesting. So 2 bites within 5 minutes of each other. Not even 5 minutes of each other. Let's see if we get a third one and actually can actually hook it this time. I'm pretty sure the second one was a bluegill though, the way it hit. But I could be wrong. And the fish could just be playing with my emotions today. They like to do that. Especially when I'm catfishing. They would just play with your emotions all day long. They'll bite, tighten. And one day I caught 17 bullhead in an hour. And went back the next day and didn't catch any. Same time, everything. And it was just like, well, I mean, I'm not going to eat a bullhead anyway. I'm going to let it go. Or use it for flathead bait. Or put it in a fish tank. But they're fun to catch either way. We'll see if we get another bite. 2 bites in like 5 minutes. I'm glad I took my sinus pill before I came out here, or this could have been interestingly bad in the morning. when I woke up sneezing, coughing, hacking, all that other crap. Appreciate the 2K likes. I just now seen that. I have not been paying that much attention to the likes or anything like that, and I do apologize. I've been concentrating really on where these fish are at, and I just had 2 bites. Hell, it could have been the same damn fish. I don't know. Within like 5 minutes of each other, and then I cast it out again and nothing. So we're going to do that again. And I'm fishing through grass, muck, algae, whatever else is on the bottom of this pond. So thanks for the likes. Thanks for the comments. Thanks for being in there and listening to me rambling on as I try to catch a fish today. I caught one in like 2 hours, which, like I said, there's one. Finally, there's one. He's going to put on a show. I was about to say, he's not very big, but you know what? A fish is a fish, and that's the first one I've caught in 2 hours. So, I'm not going to complain about him. I'm still going to weigh him, even though he's a little one. But, put that down. Fish number 2 for today is right there. I don't think he's going to weigh a pound. Maybe, maybe not. I don't know. That's number 2. I'll weigh him like I weigh all the other ones, and we'll see how much he actually weighs. Maybe I will if I didn't lose my scale. Nope, there it is. He is not very... get this thing turned on. Gotta love scales, that's for sure. 0 out, 0 out. Come on. Okay. Probably not even going to be 0.2 or 0.3. I'm not even going to say that because I don't know. Oh, no, I was wrong. 0.5. Hey. He's been caught before. Or she or it. And the reason I'm saying that is because, hold on, I'll show you in a minute. There's a sore spot right there. Right about where a hook would go. Hell, I may have done that just now. I think I've done that just now, actually. But I'll show you one more time before I put it back in the water. Number 2 for today. Okay, we're done. We're going to put that back. Bye-bye, fish. Go tell your daddy I'm here. Or your mama. Dear Lord, I heard that moving in the grass, and I was like, please don't let that be a damn snake. Because I am in some very tall grass right now, and I can't see if it's a snake or not. But if it is, it would not be good. Because if there's a snake on the bank, then I'm going in the water. So that's 2 for today. So I feel a little bit better about it. I mean, it's small, yeah, but you know what? A fish is a fish is a fish. Now if I can just catch a 3 or 4 pound bass while I'm standing here, that'd be pretty cool. But I'm not going to jinx myself either. I think my bait's gone. No? For some reason I thought the worm wasn't there. I don't know why I thought that. And I'm making long casts, y'all, because it takes that long pretty much to get those fish to come in at it. I mean, I'm going way the hell out there. And fishing it slow back. That water still, with that worm, it feels thick. I don't know if you know what I mean when I say that the water feels thick. Some people may, some people may not. But pulling that lure or that hook through that line, the water feels thick today for some reason. I don't know if it's because there's no breeze or what, but it doesn't feel like it did before. In the past 3 times every day I'm off work, I come out here, whether I record or not, or do a live stream or not. I'm always out here on my days off. I don't know, the water just feels different today for some reason. But yep, there's a snake moving across the bank right there on the other side. I see him slowly going across, and I'm hoping that sucker ain't coming over here. That's not a snake. I know what that is. That's a catfish. Sometimes when catfish are spawning here, they'll come up to the top of the water just enough to where you can see them there. They'll do little circles in the water, and then they'll go back down, which is pretty cool to watch them. I usually stand here and watch them all the time, and that's how I know that's a catfish. Because bass don't do that. Bass do come up and circle like that, but they don't come up like that. Like it's stalking something. We just need one more now. 2 for today and 2 hours, 2.5. That's not bad, I guess, for a fall day. Well, it's not fall, is it? It's summer day. I don't know if I'm going to try to throw that whopper plopper or not, because I had issues with it earlier and I don't know why. I don't know if it's the line or what, because I haven't really adjusted that new reel that much and messed with it. So I'm thinking that it's the reel that I need to do a little bit more work on before I mess with it too much. Come on, fish. We just need one more fish before 7 o'clock and I'll be good. Maybe. So 2 today, 1 over a pound and 1 that's almost half a pound. And there's a crap load of bugs out here today. We're going to move down too. Since it seems like every time I move, I get a bite, I'm going to move to a different spot here in like a second. I'm just going to move further down this sandbar and see if I can't do any good with it. But yeah, definitely the water is thicker. Might be that too. Battery's at 21%. I have two battery chargers with me, so I'm not worried about that. Man, I'm gonna be tore the hell up with chiggers tonight when I get home. Oh, I missed that one. Not paying attention to what I was doing. Probably messed the worm up. Look and see here. There we go. Try it again. One more cast here, and then if not, then I'm going to move on. Two. 1 over a pound and 1 at 0.5. Nothing like it usually is when I'm out here, and I've done caught 10 or 11 by the time I've gotten to this point. But like I've said probably a million times during this live, the weather has changed so much in just a very little bit of time that it's kind of messed up. My thought. Or they're just not feeding that active in the afternoons now. They're feeding more in the mornings. But as of right now, too. I know, ain't that the truth? Well, that first one I caught was over a pound. It's like, I think 112 or something. And, I thought, okay, first one I caught in 5 minutes, it'd be like the last time when I caught 5 off one point, moved down the bank, catch another 5, catch 4 over on another one. Not today. Nowhere near like that. Which, I mean, it's been fun. I like to do it anyway. It's challenging. You have to stop and think about what you're doing, how you're doing it, what they're biting on, maybe, possibly. Probably need to start throwing the swim bait, crankbait, topwater, frogs. I hate throwing frogs. I've never liked throwing a frog, ever. But, he got off. That sucker started running with the line. I don't even know how I missed that unless he short strike the tail. Oh, yeah. That's what he did to me. Tried to suck the bait up off there and ran me into the grass. That sucked. That would have been number 3. I'm going to try it again, see if he didn't touch the worm or the hook, he should be okay to bite again. We'll try and see. That worm's not on there perfect, but that's okay. I'll fix it here in a few minutes. But yep, 2 for today. I need to get a drink of water, actually. I've got my backpack over there. Probably here in a fey seconds because I'm literally in grass up to my shoulders right now. But that's where the sandbar's at. Nobody comes over here to fish it, so nobody weed eats this side, which makes it so much more fun when they are biting other than the grass. There's some dragonflies. Hadn't seen any dragonflies all day until now, so maybe something's going to start happening other than me catching the crap load of grass all day. Appreciate the likes. Appreciate the comments. I just like coming out and fishing. That's what I like to do. I've always liked to fish. I always will like to fish. I like the squirrel and rabbit hunt too. It's just squirrel season's in right now. The only problem is the rattlesnakes and stuff are just so bad. Not today. That'll be left for when it actually starts freezing over. And I don't think I'll be able to do that on live stream anyway. I don't know. I'd have to look. But I'm pretty sure I'm not able to. Pretty sure that even on YouTube they're going to say no, not a chance. I don't know. So I'm thinking Monday morning I'm going to come out here and fish till noon. And the reason is because I want to see how, I'm just curious on how the morning bite is now since the weather's starting to change. Because on Saturday, I tore them up. I caught 12 on Saturday within 4 hours, and then the other 2 I was looking. So in a 4-hour period, I caught 12 on this bait that I'm using right now in the mornings. Now that it's cooled off, I'm kind of curious of what will happen in the mornings. So of course I'm going to have a top water on. I have one tied on now, but there's just no way I'm going to jerk it up onto the bank in this tall grass. I'll end up with a hook in my face. So I'm not going to do that. I thought about it whenever I started, and then after I got over here and seen how tall the grass was still, I said no, I'm not going to do it, because I'm not trying to end up with a hook in my face at all. Even though I'm wearing a hat, for some reason I have a feeling I'd end up with a hook in my face. And I am not trying to do that, so I'm just going to leave that bag there. And we're going to walk down this bank into some thicker grass on both ends, the water part and my part down here. As you can see, the bugs and all the grass that I'm walking through, for real, I'll be out of here before dark tonight. There's a sticker bush. Let me explain how bad a sticker bush hurts. They're not fun. We're going to walk down here into this cleared, where the sign's at, which I have full permission to fish here, so I ain't worried about that damn sign. And I wanted to look and see if I seen any bait fish in here swimming around too, and I do not. But yeah, last time I was right here in the spot, I turned around and it was dark, and I busted my face on that weed on a live stream. Of course, I didn't break my rod, but I looked up on the phone and everybody was saying man down, which I thought it was funny because, I don't get embarrassed by stuff like that. I've done live streams for a long time on YouTube, and I've had worse than that done. But I looked up and I seen everybody putting in the chat man down. I was like, dear Lord. Then I messed around and done it again on the way out. I put my foot in a hole, and that one hurt because I actually twisted my ankle. And I didn't let anybody know that. When I got home, of course, the ice didn't went on. But that one hurt. First one was okay. It's kind of, it is what it is. But I definitely, after dark, I finally have 2 flashlights on me. My wife told me, because I was walking out here in the dark, I wasn't able to see anything. And I got home and I told my wife I needed to put a flashlight in the car so I could see to get up out of here when it did get dark. And she said that there was a flashlight already in the car. All I had to do was look. I said, okay. So I went to the car, and sure the hell enough, my flashlight was in the car, in the glove box. And I didn't know it was there the whole time. My battery's at 16%. I'm gonna have to grab a battery charger here in a minute. I'm trying to make a decision on whether I want to try to throw that top water or not, because it's a whopper plopper and it's got, treble hooks. I'm not trying to get a treble hook stuck in the grass and lose my bait or in my face. But I want to throw it just to see what happens. And I think I'm going to. I think I'm going to here in about another 15 minutes. If even that. Let's try and get out of that hole right there. There's a tree stump I stepped over yesterday, or not yesterday, last time I was here and busted my face. Hopefully I don't do it this time. But 2 for today. A whole lot smaller number than what it was last time I was out here. But a fish is a fish. Weather's changing. Temperatures are changing. Seasons are changing. Feeding patterns changing. Everything's changing right now, so it's to be expected, really. I just didn't know it would be this bad as far as that goes. But yeah, that would have almost had to have changed overnight, or over a 24-hour period, actually. Alright, let's run and get a battery charger, hook it up, and then decide if I'm going to, if I throw a whopper plopper, I'm going to throw it over on the other side. I'm not going to throw it while I'm in these weeds. I'll go back over there where I came from and throw it over there, if that's what I'm going to do. But I have to get a battery first, because if not, it's going to be over. Now, where did I put my crap at? Tall grass. I'm glad that fishing rod is white. There it is. Or I'd never be able to find anything out here. If I would have threw the black one down, I'd been looking forever. But this one over here that I have the whopper plopper tied onto, it has a red quantum reel on. Damn, I'm really in the weeds now. Oh well. What is this? A Quantum PL1005. Yeah, I haven't used it that much. I actually just now put it on a rod. It's been sitting at my house in a drawer, and I haven't used it at all, except for today. So I needed to adjust it a little bit. Still need to adjust the tension knobs and stuff on it a little bit more. But I may do that here in a little bit. It may look like a fool trying to throw it, but adjusting means that I gotta play with things to get it to work right. And if that's what I have to do, that's what I have to do, regardless of whether it's now or later. If it has to be done, it has to be done. So let's get this done first, though. I'll throw this worm for a little bit longer before we start walking back the other way. I did fish this whole pond Saturday, I think. Saturday I fished the whole pond. It took me exactly 6.5 hours to fish this pond. That's how big this pond is. This is no small pond. And this pond's like 42 foot deep. So it takes a little bit, and I don't really have all that much time to do that tonight, or I would. But yeah, that's not going to happen tonight, of course. I'm going to get this set up right here, and then we're going to keep going. Probably back the other direction. I'm going to throw this worm just right here one more time. Maybe twice, I don't know. Since the sun's starting to go down a little bit more. And we'll see what happens. Oh, shoot, that would have been me going in the water. And with my phone and all. That would have been interesting, I guess. Damn, she has 41 people over there. She must be fishing. I'm looking to see who all's live right now. Just out of curiosity, thought about going over there and messing with Brittany, but I doubt it. It's kind of late now. Oh, I missed him. Playing the hell around. Okay, I'm done playing. Playing around, I missed that damn fish. So that's what I get for playing with settings on TikTok while I'm trying to fish. No, I won't do that again. That sucked. And that fish picked it up. Pop, 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 pop. And then put it back down. I should have had that one. That's what I get for talking crap. Ugh. Thanks for the follow. Appreciate it. But yeah, I missed that fish. Dang it. It wouldn't be such a big deal if I'd already have like 10. Wait a minute, what the heck? I got one right now. He's coming up. He's so small. I think my worm is bigger than it is. Number 3 for today. The leaf. But he bit it right when it hit the water too. Ah, come here now. We're not doing all that mess. You're gonna let me look at you. Thanks for the follows. Thanks for the follows. That's number 3 for today. He's only probably just a little bit longer in my hand. For craps and giggles, I'm going to weigh him just because I like to do that with every bass I get just to see what the average is for the day. And right now it's under a pound. If I can get the scale to come on and stay on. There we go. Right now everything is under a pound, which kind of is, is what it is. Come on, sit still, sit still, sit still. Okay, it's got to sit still before I can do it. Oh, you sucker. Knocked everything out of my hand. He said, I'm going in the water with your scale and everything else. I'm going to turn it back on. Okay, 0.6. That's not bad. That's number 3 for today. I'm going to try to get number 4 before I go home. Since they're, if I hurry up and hook this back up and get this in the water. Here come the ducks. Number 3. And we going, see the ducks? There's the ducks. There's the fish. There goes the fish. We're going to try and do it again. I wasn't expecting him to hit that like that. To tell you the honest truth. Uh-oh, we may be onto something. We may have to throw. Dang it, you know what? No, not today, I'm not. Appreciate y'all coming in. For y'all of those that are coming in, I have caught 3 fish now for today. And a total of, I scheduled my live from 4 to 8, I think. So it's 6 o'clock, almost 7. Only one over a pound. Everything else is under. So see if we can't do it at least one more time before we pack up and go home today. And them ducks, like I said, they're everywhere. So it's been a trip. I go live tonight on YouTube too at 11 o'clock p.m. Central Time. So y'all, anybody's more than welcome to come over there and hang out. I do try to help channels grow over there. I don't do that much here. You guys and gals all know over here that you can connect with one another at any time that you would like to do so. I don't complain or have one bit of a problem with you guys and gals doing that. But over on YouTube, I do that just a little bit more because I can see the screen a little bit more while I'm, what the hell is that? Did them ducks circle me? Where are they at? See them? They're circling me. I'm like, why are you in our nesting area? We want to go to bed. That's exactly what they're doing. And we have fun over there too. I do a live panel and stuff, which I've done that for almost a year. October will be a year that I've done live streams on YouTube. And I do fishing live streams over there too. I do a lot of bluegill fishing over there because I'm able to stay stationary with a tripod, and that way I can read the comments and stuff better. And I like using the chest mount while I'm over here. And there's nothing wrong with that. And I'm getting ready, I think, to struggle with the whopper plopper just for a minute. I'm going to be ate up with some freaking mosquitoes. And it's not even funny. 3 for today is not bad, though. I mean, if I can get one more, I'd be happy, but I'm happy with what I've caught. I'm just watching these ducks and feeling the line, because they're wanting to light on the water, which they are. Here comes some right now. Watching. Here it comes. Right on the water. Right on the water. See if another one does it. Probably not. They're circling around. They're waiting on me to leave is what they're doing. So I won't be out here much longer, because I'm messing with them coming in and all that stuff, because they can actually see me today. Usually they can't, because I'm wearing a darker color. I'm actually wearing a white and blue shirt right now, so they can really see me in the green. And that's throwing them off. But they're coming in. They're just coming in from different directions, which I love watching them land on the water. It's always cool. Appreciate y'all coming in here today and being with me. Even though it's been a little bit boring, we did catch 3 fish, watch the ducks, and all that awesome stuff. So it's been a good day. I mean, any day that you can go fishing is a good day. It beats any day of working. I don't care what you do for a job. I work healthcare. I actually work in that building right there, which I don't know if you can see or not, but that's where I work at right there. And they own the pond. The pond is like 42 foot deep and I don't know, 5 or 6 acres wide and long, whatever. And they own it. So anybody that works for their company can come out here and fish, and their families can too, which is pretty cool. And then also, of course, the neighbors can come out here and hang out too, but I have to ask permission first. But it's pretty cool. I like doing it. 3 for today for this pond on a late summer, beginning fall transition day is a good day. John, thanks for the follow. Appreciate it. So, yeah, it's a good day. And usually they start biting really good. I want so bad to throw that top water, but I know what's going to happen. So I'm not going to do it where I'm at. Is that crap? See that swirl? That's a fish. We're going to attempt to get that fish to react and bite this worm. Keyword attempt. Cleaned up and ready to go right here. All right, here we go. I'm going to cast out ahead of him just a little bit, but I'm going to cast over him. And see, thanks for the follows, appreciate it. Thanks for the likes, the comments. Y'all are awesome folks. I appreciate y'all coming in here and hanging out. See if we can get this bass that just swirled on top of the water to react. And for those of you that just came in, I have only caught 3 bass today. My typical average here on this pond is usually 10 to 12 bass a day within a 4-hour period. And today's just been one of those days where nothing's wanting to bite. Nope, all I did was mess with the grass. Nothing's wanting to bite. I mean, I've caught 3, so no skunk, of course. Yeah, these little farm ponds, I'll get it right here in a minute, are fun to fish. This one's just a little bit bigger, though. I'm actually on the very back side of it now. Actually, I'm not even on the back side of it. There's the back side of it over there, and then it comes around, of course, as you can see, and it wraps around and makes about another 1.5 acres, 2 acres of water left. So I have fished that from where the dock is. I don't know if you can see the dock. Where's that? Where that building's at, I fished all along there and came over here to where the sandbar's at now, which as the sun goes down, I'll pull my flashlight out. The last 2 times I've been out here as the sun's went down, I've been out here with no flashlight, and last time I busted myself on my knees on the ground. So this time I remembered to grab a flashlight. Yeah, my personal best bass came out of this pond. It was 7.5 pounds in November of 2021. I caught that bass on the Chartreuse shallow diving crankbait. That's grass right there. But yep, in November of 2021, that's when I caught my PB of 7.5 pounds on a point that we'll be walking by here in a little bit when I go home or start walking out of here. I caught it on a shallow diving crankbait, and I'll use that crankbait later on, but not tonight, of course. And as long as this grass is as bad as it is, with the grass being as bad as it is right now, I'm going to use it anyway. I mean, if I do it on live stream, which I probably will, you're going to see me pull in a lot of grass. Pounds, there's another fish that just moved right there. I think I may try to struggle and throw that whopper plopper just for a few minutes. I know that the tension knob and brakes and everything need to be adjusted still, because that rod is that reel is brand new, but I'm right on the bank, so if I scare anything off, then hopefully it'll come back to it. My only issue and problem is I'm standing in weeds. Like, no, not here, I don't. The last time I was in a boat was out on lake. What lake was that? I think on Cedar Lake, and the last time I was on a boat was 3 years ago. I started fishing ponds. Ponds are a lot funner, I think, than a lake. Yeah, I love fishing a lake too. But there's some areas on a lake you just can't get to, when I can walk this whole pond right here and fish every bit of it and just have fun. I mean, it's harder to get out toward the middle, yeah, but you know, it's fun to fish this. And I've fished. The first time I was ever in a bass tracker was over 8 years ago. And I was fishing in a tournament. There's another bass or a fish. I see the swirls. I don't know if y'all can see it or not, but I'm tempted to try to throw that whopper plopper real quick, and I think I'm going to. I'm going to cast this worm out one more time just because I want to. And then I see a lot of swirls on top right here in front of me. Now, they may be big, they may be small, I don't know. But I'm going to try. If I get hung up, or if a bird nest or anything like that, it is what it is. The reel is brand new. I tried to adjust it earlier. Kind of did, kind of didn't. But I am going to throw it here in a minute. No, Cedar Lake in Illinois. There's a Cedar Lake in Illinois also. I'm in southern Illinois. 45 minutes from the Missouri line. So Cape Girardeau, Missouri is, depending on how fast you drive, 45 minutes to an hour from me. I know I said it one more time, but I'm going to do it one more time anyway. Yeah. Mr. Twister work? Yep. I've got some. And then I've been getting a lot of baits on the 7-inch curly tail tequila sunrise that Barkley makes. And then also the red shad curly tail Barkley also makes. And they're really good. The package says fish hold on for 18 times longer. No, not really. I mean, they might try to. But of course, we all know that that's not logical. I'm going to throw this. I know I said last time, but I'm going to try one more time. And I've used this worm. This is just my go-to bait in the summer and late fall, early fall. I mean, not late fall, summer, late summer, early fall. I always use a worm. And then I'll switch over to a crankbait. And then I'll fish a crankbait the rest of the year. And then once spring hits again, crawdads, bluegills, swim baits and stuff like that. Thanks for the follow, appreciate it. $69 awesome people in here tonight. Like I said, I've caught 3 fish today. I'm going to attempt to throw a whopper plopper that needs the brakes adjusted on the reel. You'll have to just bear with me if it looks just completely nasty. But I am going to do that right after this cast. I know I said, man, it's hard to come off this worm when you know it works and you've caught so many fish with it, and it's on a day where you've only caught 3 and you keep trying to push it and push it and push it, but eventually, you have to put it down and say something else has got to work. And at this time, dusk right now, I'm pretty sure my whopper plopper will at least do. There's a fish. That's what I get from running my mouth. He's going to come up. All right, there he is. He's going to play show number 4. See, right whenever I say I'm going to get ready to switch up, you end up with a number 4 on a red-tailed shelly. See, there's the worm right there. See, this worm always works. It's been a very good bait for me. And you see, he hooked it right in the top. So that's number 4 for today. Ow. Damn it, I hate when they do that. Wait a minute, wait. We used to fill the worms up with air using a syringe, then glue, and then crazy glue to hold it on. Huh. Man, thanks for the follow, James. Appreciate it. Try a spinner. It always... Yeah, with the grass and stuff that's in this pond, spinners are really kind of out of the question. If you can see the amount of grass this amount of grass like this right here is also on the bottom of the pond, what makes it insanely hard to fish right now. Anything with treble hooks or blades or anything like that. I mean, I can do it, but right now the water's still warm. The fish are still kind of at the bottom. They haven't made the transition back up to the top. They may just now be starting to try to make that transition, but it's going to have to stay cooler for at least another couple of weeks. Let me get a weight on this thing and we'll let him go. Thanks for the follow. I appreciate it, Safari. Or Sam. If I pronounce the name wrong, then I do apologize very greatly. Let's see. We got 0.59. 0.5. Almost 0.6. So, I mean, that's been about the average today. Is that number right there. Which we're going to try to do it again with the worm. I'm not even going to mess with that. We'll try to do it one more time with the worm. I know that... I want to try the whopper plopper, but at the same time, single sadness. Okay, hold on, I'll read that here in a minute. Okay, there's number 4 for today. Toss him back. Find a snagless Sally incline spin. Okay, I'll look for one. A toad. Yeah, I'm not going to throw a toad tonight. I mean, here in about another 30 minutes or so, I'll be throwing myself toward the car. As you see, this is what I'm using right now. I use this all summer, to tell you the truth. Maybe in a different color, like motor oil, scented, red shad, of course, tequila sunrise, and then anything red right now. Inline, yeah. I'll read those here in a second. But yeah, worms and crawdads are going to be something that work great in ponds because that's just something that the bass are used to, and it's a natural food source for them is crawfish, crawdads, or worms. Yeah, inline. Well, that's cool. Hell, I ain't caught even... Mine were, let's see, how many did I catch? I didn't catch any that big. Not today. The last time I was out here, I caught 2 3-pounders. Everything else, I caught one that weighed just over a pound, and then a few, and I do say a few today, that were under a pound. That last one was one of the ones that was under. Well, that's cool. I'm glad that you had good luck. That's awesome. Hello from South Carolina. How are you doing? I've seen you. My feet are starting to kill me. Yeah, I don't throw a lot of frogs, and the reason I say that is because I just don't like throwing frogs. I should have learned how to do it a long time ago, but I didn't. So it's a learning process for me to do, and I'm not going to do that learning process on a live stream. I've done it before, and it just turned into a complete disaster. Maybe one day I will, though. I mean, which I preach all day long. I want to see reels. So, I mean, if I'm going to have a disaster throwing frogs, then I guess I need to do it on a live stream just like I would anything else, huh? Which I can do that. I mean, it ain't no big deal. I threw a frog Saturday, and it was a complete disaster. I had 2 blow-ups on top, didn't catch either one of them. I said, yep, that's it. I put it down, and I picked the worm up, and I caught 10. And then the day before that, I have caught, in total, with this type of worm right here, this color right here, I've caught, counting today so far, 30, see, 21, 31, 32, 33. I've caught 34 fish on this worm right here in less than a month. So, I mean, they don't have to be big. I mean, they just have to be fun. I like to fish them regardless. Now, I'll keep the small ones and take them home and eat them at, in the spring and late fall. I will do another catch and cook bass type deal because my wife and daughter love to eat bass, and of course I do too. The last time I done it, I cooked 68 fillets, and I'll make sure that wasn't a snake popping in the grass, and then gave a lot of the fish away to our neighbors because I try to feed as many people as I possibly can with the fish when I do cook it. And I've done it like that for 2 years. I mean, I'll feed a neighbor here, a neighbor here, a neighbor there. I have neighbors all around me that whenever I do a fish fry, they'll come out and they'll come over or whatever. My brother will come over, my mom, I feed as many people as I possibly can, plus myself, because I'm not going to leave myself out at all. So that's what we do with the fish that we catch. We usually save them up for 3 times a year. We'll do 3 fish fries and then feed as many people that want to fish that day. I mean, that's what we do. That was the fish and I missed it. My wife used to come out and fish with me, for those of you that want to know, but she does not anymore because she kind of got tired of fishing this pond because she would fish it for bluegill. There's a fish. She'd fish it for bluegill. Oh, he just now realized he's hooked. Ran me into the grass. Fine lure. And he shook me. He realized he was hooked. And that's when he sped up and ran me into the grass. Hold on. And then, I don't know if y'all seen him spit that lure out, or that worm out. But he spit that hook. And it almost went to my arm. Talking about real. Don't get any realer than that. He felt heavy too. He ran me up into that grass. As soon as he realized that, uh-oh, I'm hooked on something. And that's when he decided he was going to run for his life. Because he was pissed. That fish was pissed as soon as that worm, he realized that he was hooked. My wife ain't texted me today to see if I'm okay. So hopefully she's all right. Usually she texts me by now to make sure I'm okay, but she also knows that she can get on TikTok and look and say hi if she needs to make sure that I haven't fell into the pond. And I've been talking for like 3 hours with absolutely nothing to drink. And I said earlier I was going to get something else to drink, and I just did not do it. And that would have been fish number 4 for today. And man, he felt heavy. But he ran me up into that grass right there whenever it realized it got hooked. And it got pissed off. And that's all it took. Spit the lure out. And I don't know if any of you seen the lure go flying or not, or the worm, whatever you want to call it. But it sure did. So we're not going to meet our average of what we catch every day. But yeah, I like to feed as many people as I can with the fish. Fish fry. We do the fish fries 3 times a year. Once on Mother's Day, of course, because my wife loves fish. So we'll do a fish fry on Mother's Day, and then 2 more times fish, and then French fries and hush puppies with it. And my wife will make coleslaw and stuff like that. Fishing for bass. You're in Missouri, Becky? That's cool. I am in Illinois. What part of Missouri are you from? I'm fishing for largemouth bass right now. That's all this pond has in it other than catfish and bluegill. And maybe, I've never caught any or seen anybody else catch any, a carp or so. If they put some carp, it may take care of some of this grass. But yeah, I eat bass. Bass is good. It's all white meat. Cut the lateral out of it. Fillet them up real good in there. It's all white meat. Sure, I eat bass. I eat bass, I eat bluegill. I don't eat catfish that much, but I eat bass and I eat bluegill. Thanks for the follow. I appreciate it. Yep, bass. I will eat a bass any day just like I will a bluegill. Just maybe with a little bit more Cajun breading on it. But yeah, bass are good. All white meat, no brown meat. Put it on a sandwich. Thank you. Appreciate the rose. And put it on a sandwich and just go to town with it. And listen, y'all, I come out here all year round and I fish from February to late December if there's no ice on the ground. And, I feed as many people as I possibly can around the neighborhood with that fish, regardless of whether it's bluegill, bass, whatever, catfish, if I catch enough catfish out here. If I can give my neighbor or my mom, for that matter, a plate of food, if they're running short on food, then if I'm cooking fish that day, I'm going to take it up to them. I'm going to give it to them. Or if my neighbor comes over and says, hey, what you doing? I'm cooking fish. What is it? Bass. And they want some. I'm cooking some bass. If you want some, you can have some. Because my family in my house, there's only 3 of us. We are not going to eat 200 fillets in one day. 200 fillets we usually eat, because we have, in a week. If we spread it out and done all that stuff. Perch. The only perch I have right here in this pond would be bluegill. Bluegill is involved or included in the sun perch family, if that's what you want to call it. But as far as perch go, no, we don't have any actual perch here. Not in this pond. Thanks for the follows. Well, it depends on how you do the bass. If you do the bass, I do bass 3 different ways, just like I do bluegill. With the seasoning, I'll do a portion of it in Cajun. I'll do a portion of it in white batter, and then I'll do a portion of it in, what is the other one she gets? Red. You get them, they're Andes. You can go to Walmart, Kroger, wherever, and buy them. But anyway, that's where we get them at. And I'll do so many in a certain seasoning, and the Cajun ones and the white ones, you mix those 2 breadings together. There's another fish. I don't know if I hooked him or not. He's coming up. Yep. And those, he feels a little bit heavy. Or did he wrap me in grass again? I think I've got him, unless he just wrapped me in grass. If I got him, he's in that grass, but nope. He wrapped me in all that damn grass. And I'm going to show you what's on the bottom of this pond. This is what I'm fishing through right now to get to those bass. So if they run me up in there, they're shaking the hook out. And that's what just happened. Thanks for the follow. Appreciate it. But, yeah, we try to do the best we can. And I don't know if you can see it or not. Nope, he went underwater. There was a big old snapping turtle right there. It was actually right there. But yep, I fish all year round until, I'll take a break from probably late December, January, February, because that's usually the coldest where I'm at in Illinois. And there's usually ice on the pond. Even if it's just a little bit, of course you can't fish it. So I take a break then, and then I come right back to it late February, early March. And I'll fish this thing all year round until it gets either too cold or too hot. If it's too hot like it was this year, because I do have health conditions and stuff like that where I don't need to be out in the heat, I'll take a little bit of time off, and then I will come right back out here and do it again. And that's pretty much what I did this year. Because it was 105, 106 degrees outside, I took time off, sat at home in the air conditioner, bored to death, watching everybody else fish, did live streams on YouTube and all that, became monetized over there. And then once I came over there, I started doing a TikTok. Didn't take me long to get to over 2K on TikTok, went live. My first time I went live on TikTok was behind my desk at home, actually, and it kind of didn't work out as well as I wanted it to, because it was late at night, and not a whole lot of people come in and actually say hello and stuff like that. They just keep going. So you're pretty much just looking at the phone, talking to yourself, which is, you really run out of stuff to talk about. When I'm out here fishing, it's a whole different story. talk about fishing all day long. And I see your comments. Thanks for. No, this is not a stocked pond at all. Yeah, and it is a beautiful place. No, this pond's not stocked with anything. This pond is all what's in here is in here. It's always been in here, as far as I know, and it's just grown from there. So, but thanks for the rose, appreciate it. Thanks for the follow. No, I don't stalk it at all. See, and this is my work pond. Okay, so what I do for work is I'm a healthcare provider. I help and take care of people with special needs, with physical and mental disorders. I take care of them. I've done that for 8 years, going on 9 years. January 28th, it'll be 9 years. So they own this pond, which is actually that red building. That's their office right there. They own this pond, and they let us fish it whenever we want. Our families, friends, whoever, whenever we want to. What fish are in here? Bass, bluegill. I've been told that there's crappie in here. I have not caught any crappie. Bass, bluegill, flatheads, channel cats. And that's it, I believe, from what I've seen so far. Yeah, I work in a Scylla home. I've done it for 8 years, going on. It'll be starting my 9th year on January 28th. I actually met my wife. She works there too, or she worked in that building too, right there where I work now. But once we got married, they moved her into a different building because family members can't work together for whatever reasons. But anyway, we met there, we got married, and I think this is going on her 10th year that she's worked for this company. Yeah, it is for the most part. I mean, of course, there's their ups and downs, highs and lows, just like everywhere else. But they're cool. I just heard a fish jump. I really need to stop and get a drink. Thanks for the follow, appreciate it. But yep, it's going to be getting dark before long, and I've caught, 4 fish? Yeah, 4. I'd like to catch at least one more before I end up heading toward the car. If you hang with me that long, you'll be able to see how big this pond actually is. This is just the back side of the pond right here and over here. This pond wraps around. There's a point there and it wraps on around. They do come out. Well, they can't come out to here to where I'm at right now, this point, because of the weeds. But they do. They come out and fish with us. There was actually one that passed away not too long ago. He used to always come out and fish with me every time I worked. And I don't know if you can see it, but you will hear a little bit. There's a dock over there, a raised dock that he would have to fish off of because he's in the wheelchair. And there's a fish. I don't know if I actually hooked it or not. It may have got off. But anyway, he's caught 3, 4, 5 pound bass off of that dock before he passed away. And he would do that every year. I'd take him fishing every year, every time that I worked, and he wanted to go. Now, there's some that want to go, but with us now, we're just so busy that it's kind of hard to do stuff like that. And since it did get extremely hot, like 105, 112, 115 degrees outside this summer, we didn't do it. But as the year goes, I think I'll start taking them outside a little bit more and doing at least the fishing part. Thanks, Freddie. Appreciate it. So we are at 4 fish today. I'm trying to catch, I think I'm at 4, 3 or 4. I'm going to say 3 to be safe. I'm going to catch one more to be 4, and then we're going to figure it out from there. That one that I would have caught right there would have been number 4, I do believe. Because it's 7:19, about 45 minutes. It'll be time for me to go home anyway. And but yeah, there's a raised dock over there. He'd catch 3 pound bass off there, 4 and 5 pound bass off there, and you'd have. It was. Oh, I missed that one. Talking too much. I missed that one. He was heavy. And he would catch bass off there all day long. Of course, we had to stay out there with him It was fun. I tried to be there with them for every Christmas, every Thanksgiving, and every Easter. I always asked to be scheduled for those days to be there with them, and then we do our family stuff at another time, which we've done that for like ever. Which my wife's supervisor actually follows me on TikTok. Her house manager actually follows me on TikTok because she comes through almost every video that I post. She'll come through and give me a like. Now, whether it's the dumbest looking video I've ever seen in my life, whether I'm making any type of face or stuff like that, she's usually the first one that'll come through and give me a like or something like that, which is pretty cool. And but yeah, she follows me on here. It's getting dark. I wanted to catch one more fish, and that would have been the one, I do think. At least I have a flashlight tonight. The last 2 times I came out here, I did not have a flashlight when I went fishing. And I tripped in a hole last time I was out here twice. There's a fish. Oh, it was a big one, and he freaking got off. Are you serious? Got me up in that grass again. Don't tell me they're going to start biting real good right now. Right before it's time to go home. I could catch my... Y'all see that? See that swirl? That's a fish. That's probably a bass eating a bug. But appreciate the likes, appreciate the follows, appreciate the comments, the advice, the gifts. That's never required. But all of that is very much appreciated. I thank each and every one of you for it. And I just like coming out here and fishing and hanging out and talking with y'all and sharing experiences and stuff like that when I'm fishing. It actually kind of makes the day go by a lot faster than what you think, especially on a day like today when the fish really aren't cooperating that well and biting. It gives you something to talk about, because other than that, to tell you the truth, if I was out here not doing this, I would have went home by now. Because if they're not biting, they're not cooperating, I usually don't stay long enough for them to do so. Yeah, it is a perfect time to start catching right before dark, right before the time I have to go home. That's when you start missing all the big ones and you want to stay longer. Not only that, that's when all the bugs start flying around too, because I see a lot of them flying around. Thanks for the follow, appreciate it. Thanks for the follow, Benjamin. Chad, thanks for the follow. I'll try to call it. There's some ducks. Yeah. Hold on, I'll read that in a second. Topwater action picks up. Yes, mosquitoes. Yeah, they do. Especially when you're in grass as tall as I'm in right now. Like I said, I'm not going to do a topwater tonight. I'm going to try to get out here early Monday. I work 2 12-hour shifts Saturday and Sunday, 9 a.m. to 9 p.m. both days. I'm going to try my best Monday morning to get out here before daylight, right about like right now, and do some topwater. I'm not going to hold my breath on that because, like I said, 2 12-hour shifts is kind of rough. Florida, nope. Southern Illinois, 2 12-hour shifts is kind of rough, but if I don't, there's a fish. There's a nice one. We're going to give him just a little bit of slack. We're going to give him, don't you get in that grass. That's the one I've been waiting on all day, probably. He's not as big as I thought, but he makes fish for number 4. Fish number 4. And that makes you not want to go home. I'm glad I scheduled this till 8 o'clock. That way my wife knows that I'm going to be here at least till 8 o'clock. Number 4. And I hooked him good. Come on now. Thank you, appreciate it. Nope, I'm in Southern Illinois. I'm 45 minutes from the Missouri state line. We get a weight on him. Get him to where you can kind of seem somehow. There we go. That's number 4 for today, which turned into a better day than what I thought was going to. So number 4, we'll get a weight and then we'll put him back in the water. I don't keep fishing this in the fall because they get really hot. I mean, you can 3 pounds, you think? And I'm going to say not that. Maybe 1.5 pounds. Maybe not 1.5 pounds. Maybe 119, 19, 11. There you go. Both hands, there's one, there's the other hand. They're both right here. So 1, almost 1.2. That was a mosquito in my ear. So that's 1 pound. And he's long, but he's not as fat as the other ones are. Yeah, well, let me get my arm out of the way so I can show you number 4. I'm not going to waste a whole lot of time showing you because I'm going to try to do number 5 real fast before I go home tonight. Because 7:30. He's kind of thick. And belly, yeah, he thought it was bigger. I did too whenever I was bringing it in. I mean, you can look at the mouth on it. Look how dark. I mean, you can't really tell. They're still gold color, so they're sitting on bottom. That's why I'm still using the worm, is because they're on bottom. He's really, it, whatever you want, however you want to say it, it's still got the gold tint, so it is on bottom, sitting on bottom. So let me see if I can get her in the water, or it. I have to toss it because I don't know exactly where the bank's at. There it goes. And I am not trying to fall on the bank. I've got to take a quick little break real fast and get a drink. I've been talking for 4 hours with absolutely nothing to drink. Oh, so give me a second. I hear the ducks. The ducks are going nuts. You lived in northern Illinois? I'll check that out here in a second. Let me get something out of my bag, like a water, if I can find it real fast. There it is. Here in a little bit, my screen may get blurry because you won't be able to see. Okay. Yeah, I'm way on the southern tip of Illinois. That's way, way north of me. Like, I don't know how many hours. But yeah, that's north of me, for sure. Let me zip this up, and then we'll at least try for number 5. As soon as I can find the black rod in the dark. There it is. If we get number 5, that's cool. If not, by 8 o'clock, I'm going to be done. But I've got till 8 o'clock. 8 o'clock my time. I know somebody's probably going to say it's 8 o'clock. But it's only 7:30 here. We were 5 miles from Wisconsin, 10 miles from Iowa. Yeah, you were way, way north of me. Yeah, you can start quick. Around 8 o'clock, it'll be completely pitch dark, and I'll have to use my flashlight to get out of here. Last time I was out here, and I'd done this late, which I've done this late. This is my 3rd time doing it like this late. I came out, and the second time I fell in the hole twice. So I had to make sure I had a flashlight with me this time. Michigan. I've been to Michigan. I've been to Amosal, Michigan. Yeah, that's when I'm the one getting hooked. Yeah, I have to be careful because if I was using a treble hook, I'd be a little bit worried. But with the single hook that I've got right now, I'm not too worried. I mean, I can see the hook flying at me for the most part. I mean, if this bait doesn't hold up, I'll be done for tonight. But for the most part, I can see it flying at me. I mean, I could put my headlight, dear Lord, my flashlight on real quick, put it on my head. That way I can see a little bit. But I'm getting, like I said, here before long, next 2 or 3 casts, I'll be cutting out. Are they? That's cool. I've never caught a salmon. I'd like to. Never done it. One of them all with work. Yeah. I try not to get hooked. There's a big, nope, that's a turtle. Unless that was a catfish coming up and showing me his fin. Which that could have been 2, because it's about time for them to do their one last spawn before the year, I think. Bass should start spawning at least one more time. They usually spawn twice a year. Bluegill spawn all year round. It's just a matter of finding them and catching them. But yep. Oh yeah, it gets dark quick. Like, last time I was out here was about this time. And one of these days, if I'm not careful, which I hope to God it's not today, I'm going to jack around and end up stepping on a snake. And the reason I say that is because I've, not at this pond, but at different ponds that I've fished, I have literally stepped on a rattlesnake that had 14 rattles and a button on it. Actually, it crawled across my feet. That's a story that I will always have. I actually have the tattoo of a rattlesnake on my back to remind me. Yeah, I'm bank fishing. I have a tattoo of a rattlesnake on my back to remind me of that rattlesnake and to be careful when I'm out around water. Somebody told me when I was a child that rattlesnakes do not go around water. Okay, so here's the story real quick while we're waiting on this last fish to bite. So as a child, I grew up thinking that rattlesnakes did not go around water, period. Okay, that's how I thought. I was out fishing one day in the middle of the woods. There's a pond, great pond for bluegill, huge bluegill in there, hybrids in there. You can catch them all day long, fishing bottom like you would catfish. Anyway, I was walking back toward my fishing rods, and I heard, what I thought was a swarm of yellow jackets that I stepped on, and I thought, all right, I'm about to get my ass tore up by a swarm of yellow jackets. And I looked down, and it was a diamond crawling across my feet, or slithering across my feet. I let the snake, I stood there because, to tell you the truth, I freaking froze. I let the snake slither on across my feet, and then as soon as it got to where I could move, I got away from it far enough to where I could grab something. And it was at that point, me or the snake didn't make it. Needless to say, I have the rattles, which are 14 rattles in the button. That was a huge rattlesnake. The second rattlesnake was, me and my brother-in-law were squirrel hunting, and we were on top of a ridge. And back then I smoked cigarettes. I don't smoke anymore, but anyway, I had just lit a cigarette and I was putting it out, and I looked down and we were walking. As we were walking, there was a rattlesnake curled up in between us. We both backed away from it. Needless to say, that rattlesnake got killed also. The third rattlesnake that we got on, my brother-in-law and I were squirrel hunting, and he went to sit down next to a tree, and the next thing you know, we hear a rattle. He gets up and looks down, and there's a rattlesnake curled up getting ready to bite him right on the ass. So I'm like, okay. That's why I don't do a whole lot of squirrel hunting before it freezes, because the rattlesnakes are just so bad. Now, when I was used to ginseng dig, which some of you may know what that is, some may not. It's just a root, you take it, you dig it, you sell it. But anyway, use it for medicine and stuff like that. I fell on a copperhead face first. That copperhead seen me and looked at me. I could see the copperhead's tongue as I was laying on the ground in front of me. I knew I was dead. And, I knew that was it. I was going to get bit in the face by a copperhead, and that I was done. I was able to back away from that copperhead by the grace of God and get away from it. So let me go back up here. Yeah, I'm bank fishing. Don't say that. I stepped on a copperhead while pulling kayaks. Yeah, they're not fun. Let's see, you find them on the beach and here in South Carolina. Dang. Yeah, it's big snakes around here for sure. Here in South Carolina also. Top 4 venomous snakes in the U.S. Eastern diamondback, coral snake, copperhead, western, and water moccasin. We have water moccasins out here where I'm at right now, everywhere. But I don't know if they take if you take mothballs and you throw them under your house and stuff like that, snakes will not go under there for whatever reason. I don't know. They don't like the scent of a mothball, and it's the same here around the pond. If you throw mothballs around this pond, the snakes are not going to come around this pond. I have fished this pond for 7 years, going on 8. This is the 8th year that I've fished this pond, and I've only seen one snake around this pond the whole time. And I mean, that was it. And I have fished it just like I am right now. No, I don't like snakes, period. That's why I got that the tattoo of rattlesnake on my back to remind me that rattlesnakes are always there. Say, yep, this is the last cast, y'all, because, well, I'll do one more cast. Y'all can see more than I can. You can see more. Oh, snap. Hold on. This is the last cast. We're going to end on a good note. Oh, wait a minute. Get up here. We'll end on a good note. That scared me to death, if y'all did not realize that it scared me. That bass hit right at the bank. And I mean, literally hit at the bank. I don't know if you'll even be able to see it or not. Yeah, there you go. That's the last one for tonight. We'll end it on a good night. I'll weigh him, and then he's going back in the water. You can't even see him. So whenever I go to turn to start walking out of here, it's going to be a dark screen until I start facing the lights again. Actually, I'll put my headlight on. I forgot I've got a freaking flashlight somewhere. See, that's how much I use a flashlight when I'm out here. Give me a second, and I'll put a flashlight so y'all can see him, her, it, whatever. That's how much I use the flashlight out here. But that freaked me out. I was talking, running my mouth, and it tried to run me up into the grass. Okay. We ain't gonna do any more bass fishing at night. That's the last one for tonight. I'll end it on a good note. Number 5. Where are we at here? Number 5. That's on a good note. And we'll weigh him, her, it, whatever, and be done for tonight. So give me just a second. Oops. At least people can see me out here now. Okay. Let me get my scale. I'll have to move my rod too before I break it. In just a second, y'all. Try not to blind you with the light. That fish did not like that. Okay. See what I'm doing here. Here's my other hand too, by the way. 1.2. We'll end it with that one. Well, we'll end the fishing part. I still have to walk back to the car. So if y'all want to hang with me all the way back to the car, that's cool. If not, then that's cool too. Number 5 for today. There we go. So now I got to find my rod so I don't trip over it and fall in the freaking water, because that would really, really suck. Sorry if the light is in the phone. Hopefully it's not. Whoa, 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 whoa. There's a hole right there or something. All right, let's see if we can find a way to put this fish back in there. Where's the water at? Okay, I gotta toss it because I cannot see the water. All right, that's it. Thank y'all. Y'all can hang out with me all the way back to the car if you want to. That's more than welcome to do so. I'll check the comments here in a second. 5 today. I think 2 over a pound. The rest were under. Good day. Had me worried for a little bit. I knew that once I got over to the sandbar, though, that I would do a whole lot better. Well, I was hoping I did at least. Let me get everything situated here. And then, all you can see, it looks like a spotlight. Get this hook set back up here so I don't hook myself, and then we'll go from there. So just give me a second. You may not have anything to look at, but you can look at the light. Hey, you stole my worm too. Glad I got a new package of them today. Them worms, though, that bait that I've been using, Tequila Sunrise, it is a good bait. I've liked using it. I like using red shad too, to fish with. Red shad curly tail worms, they're good to fish with too. Now, I did not know how to use a worm at all whenever I first started. I didn't even know how to put a worm on whenever I started bass fishing 11 years ago. A buddy of mine actually showed me how to do it. And then once I learned how to do it, it's been just something I've done ever since. So why am I not able to connect my backpack here? Something's not right. Hold on. Of course, I'm going to shine those right there until I figure out what's going on. And that way everybody can see me out here, at least as we walk back. Goodbye, fishy. Great job. See you. Very nice. No gators here. Grassman. Heck yeah. Yeah, we ended up pretty good. Ended up with, here, let me grab these and we'll start walking the hell out of here. Ooh, that's a stickery bush. Don't want to grab onto that. I'll be stinging. My hand will be hurting for a little bit. And hopefully, okay, you're going to have those flashlights on, you say, because I have to be able to see, and I'm not going to turn the camera around. But anyway, and the reason I'm not is because it's just going to take me too long to do so. If you want to hang out, I will be back to the lights here in a second, and just to be able to see, because last time I fell. I hear ducks over on the water. But yeah, I appreciate y'all coming in, appreciate the comments, appreciate the follows, appreciate the gifts, appreciate the, can't think what they are right now because I'm trying to concentrate on getting the hell out of here. Advice, I'm always open to learn new things. Even when I know something else will work, I'll still try it for the most part. But it all worked out. So 34, 35, 36, 39 fish on that worm. And there's something in that water right there. Okay, hold on. I know it's just a black string. See how tall that grass is? Let me see. That's how tall grass I gotta walk through to get the hell out of here. Not fun. Now you can actually see how tall the grass is. A little bit. Once I get off and out of this grass, I'll turn the flashlight off and you'll be able to see the lights from the building and you won't be blurry. I just don't want to fall in the hole again. That will suck. What is that swimming right there? What the hell is that? Don't know what that was, but it was not. I think it was a beaver or a muskrat. Probably a muskrat. Yep, you also. You have a good night also, and y'all are always more than welcome to come back and hang out. Be sure to follow and all that good stuff. I'll be live again either Monday or Tuesday or both. You know, I don't know which one yet. Probably both, to tell you the truth. Turn that light off and walk into this guy's yard. Hold on. Now I'm all tangled up in my rods. Oh, great. I was just going to have to stay that way for now. Yeah, there's a muskrat out there. See if I can get it to where you can see it. Nope. I'll shine the light to where you can see the light. There's a muskrat in the water right there. I don't know if you can see it moving or not. Swimming. Out looking for something to eat. I know it's not the beaver because... Okay, it came loose. Well, it could be, but I doubt it. I'll just put it that way. I'm going to turn this light off while I'm walking through this guy's yard. I ain't trying to get shot today. Not today, I'm not. But I know it's a little bit bouncy. I still need to adjust my stuff just a little bit. But right now my objective is to get to the car. But yep, either Monday morning or Tuesday morning I'll go live from out here at this pond. And I think Monday I'll go live from the other pond. Now the other pond is a whole lot smaller. You can actually fit it inside of this one probably 3 times. Okay, because see the pond still, I'm on the front side of the pond now. And it's still wrapping around another point. So, looks like there's another muskrat out there swimming too. Something else is swimming out there. I see it just barely in the water. But I myself classify it almost as a small lake because this thing is huge as far as just to be a pond. There's the dock over there, right there where the cars are at. More of the pond we'll get ready to walk up on here in a second. I know I'm bouncing around a lot, but I'm just trying to get to the car now. Instead of just trying to end everything out there, I just walk it with me. Let's see. And then there's more of the pond right there. So this pond is not small. Good luck. Yeah, I caught 5 today. I did real good. I mean, it could have been a little bit better, but you know what? 5, 2 over a pound is good. I cannot complain. Any day that I go fishing is a good day in my book. I love to fish. I've always loved to fish. Where the hell's my car? Okay, it's right there. I was about to say, where's my car? But I found it. It's still where I left it. In the parking lot. But yeah, I'm glad I had that flashlight too. It made it a whole lot easier for me to get out of there pretty quick. So I think next time though, I may schedule it for only around 7:30 because I still have to do a live stream tonight on YouTube at 11. And them days drain me just a little bit. But yeah, the pond is still over here. I know you probably can't see it, but the pond is still around this area and all the way back behind the cars. So it's not little. Once I get in the car, I'm out of breath. So, all right, let's get loaded up. All right, get loaded up here and head home. All right, hold on. Of course, I'm not gonna let y'all see how fast I'm going. This is not gonna happen. In just a second, we'll have some kind of light in here. There we go. As y'all come in and out, I appreciate y'all coming in, hanging out today. I am gonna put you in my. I'll end this when I get home. I don't live too far from here. I'll put you in a dash, I guess. Or, let's see. How do I want to do this? Number one, turn that off. All right. Let's do this. Roll it, y'all. Let me get you in there. All right. Good enough. We're on the way home. Hopefully I don't go flying out. I have 2 dash mounts because I do a lot of live streams on YouTube, and I do a couple ride-alongs on there too. I kind of figured that was going to happen. Oh, crap. Well, the hell with that. Let me see. I'm just trying to think how I want to do this tonight. Yeah, we'll do it right just like that. If it falls out, then well, it just falls out. Because it's not wanting to do what I want to do. Screw it, I'll just hold it. I'll hold it. Don't tell on me either. Because I don't know what you're talking about. I mean, but anyway, thank you all for coming in, hanging out. For those of you that are joining or just coming in, whatever it may be, I caught 5 bass today. 2 over a pound, 3 under. Not what I usually catch, but it was a good day. So, with that being said, I'm going to go. Y'all have a good night. God bless. And I will see you all later. Bye-bye.